Oh, let's get this show started.
Lord have mercy.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are here with another video. Thank everybody for their time to come on. But I first want to open up. I didn't get a chance to thank um, the Boss Babe Award Committee for nominating us for an award. I do want to say thank you to the committee. And I also want to say thank you to all the contestants and people that were nominated for a Boss Babe Award. Thank you. I also want to say thank you to Scotty by Nature for winning the award. Thank you. Everybody was asking me why I did not attend. Um, if I say why I did not attend, it will be very controversial. So I will keep my comments to myself publicly, but privately, I will discuss it privately on the members only. But I will say this: how can I word this, Paul, without being controversial? I don't know how I can word it. You just say it. Well, I don't really like. If I word it, it's gonna be controversial. Um, but I don't really like to go and um I don't want to say it. It's too controversial. But I will say this. I am dating a woman, and I don't think it would be a good look for me to go to a LGBTQIA event. Um, I'm in a different path of my life. I'm about to have a family, and it's just not the brand that I'm looking forward to. Would that be correct? Um, I'm typically not really going to LGBT events like that, mostly like straight events. I have a different on look of life. I don't necessarily feel comfortable being around the community like I used to. I've outgrown that um, community. Thank them for all that they have been doing for us and everything, but I don't necessarily, I don't see myself going to that with the community, if that makes sense. Because I'm on a whole different like path of life. But I just had to say it. I know it's controversial, but I don't necessarily see myself at those type of events. Um, I get offered to go to Pride and stuff. I don't necessarily go to that stuff anymore. I used to go when in my 20s. I'm in my 30s now, and I don't necessarily go to those type of events. Now I will be back in Atlanta um, because I will interview some people in Atlanta that I have lined up, and we're looking forward to those people sitting down with us. But I don't necessarily see myself going with the community anymore. I really don't. I've been sleeping on it. I don't necessarily see it. I never looked at myself part of the community at all. And they like to group everybody in. Oh, your community. I don't know. I don't identify with that. Um, and if a woman can identify as being a woman and they have male parts, then I can identify that I don't identify with this community, and they should respect my decision. I don't see myself identifying with that community anymore. I don't. I never saw myself identifying with the community. Honestly, I never wore that. as a badge of honor. You know, I'm a man first and foremost, and that's it. Okay, I don't wear any of those labels, and those type of things, and I don't want to be respected as that. Now, I don't know. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, you consider yourself delivered." I don't get into that either because that's a very controversial thing. I'm a man. I know what I like. I know what I'm attracted to, and I know who I am, and that's it. I am a man. Um, but yeah, I don't necessarily see myself and label myself. I don't even want people to call me a gay blogger because that puts myself in the box. I'm a man, and that limits me, you know, because I don't hear anybody saying, "Oh my God, this is one of the top straight bloggers," you know, never. So I don't ever want to give people major pushback with that. So I just want to put that out there in that type of way. But I do open the show up to thank everybody for their votes, even though half of my people could not vote, which I think was sad. That was on the international realm. Um, you know, yes, thank you. Thank you. Even though a lot of my people from South Africa and the United Kingdom could not vote, which I think it was sad. I think that if you're going to do an award show, make sure everybody can be able to vote because, again, YouTube is an international platform, meaning that a lot of us have a lot of fans, like 15% is international. That's a lot of people. So and every vote should be able to be counted. And I do believe the people international should be able to vote. In the future, if I get nominated, if my international fans can't vote, I won't participate. Because again, I am an international platform, meaning that the world view us, not just here in America, but all over the world that have access to the internet and YouTube view this product. And we have a lot of people from the United Kingdom, from South Africa, all over that, you know, from parts of Africa that view us all over this country, all over the world. And we appreciate that. And I love that they come through and show us massive support. And I would love that. So if in the future we were to get nominated, I know they have an award show that's brewing up here in Texas, but I told them if my international fans can't vote, I can't participate because that is, you know, that is it, you know what I'm saying? That's not good. Um, you know, because they're gonna have a award ceremony here in Texas brewing up in a couple of months. But I already said they want to nominate us. But I said if my international fans can't vote, then I will have to withdraw my name because first and foremost, the international fans must vote because they are a part of the Wiley Show family, and they're very supportive to us and show us massive support, and they should be able to vote. It's a lot of them, and we thank them. And we have some international people that are members. Thank them for being a member. Okay. Mm. That's why we will be covering King George, his event that he's going to be have. We're going to be covering that on our YouTube channel. All right. So do you consider yourself delivered? I don't necessarily get into that delivery talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I know what I like. Um, and I don't get into that because I think like if you get into the deliverance and you say, "Oh my gosh, I am delivered," then you open yourself up. I don't necessarily get to that point to have that conversation delivered. I know what I like. All right, I'm a man. All right, um, and I'm a man. I want to put that to the forefront. I know what I like. All right. And this platform is totally different. Like we don't cater towards one thing, one community. We handle a lot over here at the Wiley Show, and I appreciate all the moments of the people. Now, we made this back members only. We have a meeting with a sponsor. And if that meeting go through, then that will open the chat up. But we didn't get the green light on that first. Once we get the green light, then we open it up to the people. But I do want to thank the members for coming through. We are almost at 100 members. We did a members only live last night. It was good. A lot of mess as always. We're gonna do another one coming up. Looking forward to it. I may even bring. I got some people, some special guests is going to be joining us over there on members only, and also we this Thursday we're doing two men and a lady. I can't looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. Going to be great. That's going to be this Thursday. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to see all of y'all in the building. It's going to be good. That's going to be on Thursday. Also, we're adding New York to the calendar, so I will let my New York subscribers know once I come and we pick a place. We will meet up with the subscribers in New York City. That is the number one city ever to watch the Wiley Show. So we will be going to New York. I will let you all know that sometime in the summertime we'll be attending. We'll be going to New York. So I'll be, if you in New York, if you know a place that we can go, a restaurant, a coffee place, whatever we can meet the subscribers, please email me at Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. If it's a black owned place, we should go, preferably black owned. Go to Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com because I would like to go and attend New York and, just to do something in New York. And we'll love that. We will be meeting the New York subscribers as Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com if you want to team up. If you want to, you say, oh, I know this place. So like this, Wiley Show Productions at gmail.com. We do want to go to New York. We're going to New York this summer. Also, we'll be in Chicago having a good old event there. I don't know if I'm gonna throw an event in Chicago, like a meet and greet in Chicago. I don't know. But for a fact, we will be meeting in New York. All right. So that's Wiley Show Production at gmail.com. And so I'm looking forward to it. So if you have anything, of that way, and speaking about New York, shout out to the icon of New York. All right. This brother purchased me this. I don't know if y'all be able to see it. Okay. Oh, because it got the green screen. Okay. He purchased me this. And as you can see, that's me. Okay. And it's like walletthetroll.com. And also, we had someone else brought me a book called Shot Girls. Um, I can't wait to read that by Vanity, Vanity, Wonder, Wonder, Wonder. Also, someone purchased me this book. I regret the day I lost my virginity. You are not your past, Leanne. From you know what I'm saying, SWV. Okay, so somebody bought me that. So thank you. I went to the post office and it was books. God bless you and thank you. All right. So absolutely, it's so many books I got to get caught up on. Like I haven't finished. I'm finishing up a lot. I got a lot of books from my ebooks, and I got books that the producers have sent me. It's a lot. And I'm finishing up this other book right now. Gotta call my friend because he got my part two. This book called The Appraisal. This is a good book. I gotta get part two for my friend. Um, so yes. Did I finish CNA Thoughts? No, I did not finish CNA Thoughts. That I have a couple of more chapters of CNA Thoughts. That's actually free on the ebook, I believe, or if you can get on Amazon Kindle. But I do want to say thank you to that put me on to the Audible book. Whoever put me on to that, thank you so very much. Them Audible books are so good. It's especially if like for me, I take trains a lot. So on the train, I will listen to the Audible book. Like if I'm on the train, I will go and I will listen to, what I'm saying, to the Audible book. And I will put my headphones on, I will listen to the Audible book. It is so good. And then sometimes I don't even listen to Audible book. I get on the train and I will just read the book. And it's like so quiet, especially if it's not like no kids crying on there. Good quiet moment. I'm just on the train reading a book. It is so soothing. Like you can sleep, you can read. It is so good. It's awesome. Because every time when I travel, sometimes I will travel on the train just so I can sleep, I can read, I can get thoughts for the show. And every time I'm on there, it's really good. I've read Malcolm X. Now, mind you, I had this copy of the Malcolm X book forever, but I never could get through it. It was thick. All right, not the autobiography of Malcolm X. Somebody else wrote a book about Brother Malcolm, and it was so good. I mean, that author was really spilling tea about Malcolm X. I mean, the man said he was an LGBT community, that he had a lover, that he couldn't satisfy his wife. So the author, and he was a black author. Like, he really did some thorough research of it. And of course, his daughter was like, "This is not true. My father was not in the LGBT community, but you don't know, you weren't born when your father was out here in these streets." Well, apparently, to this author, Malcolm X had a lover. This is in the book, and if you don't believe me, go read it for yourself. Um, and the funny thing about this book, the man died soon when the book was published. Maybe like a couple of weeks before it was published or after it was published, he died. The author of the book. Give me a second if I can find it. Um, yes. So the name of that book, if you are, it's called "A Life of the Reinvention," Malcolm X, written by Manny Marvel. And so yes, he wrote the book, and this is what he put. He put some things in the book that Malcolm X really couldn't satisfy his wife in the bed. So no, and the author like researched and found out that Malcolm X had a lover. Now I don't know how true it is, because again, this before my time. I wasn't there. This is just an account of this author wrote this book and everything. And then also this author actually talked to talked to Louis Farrakhan about the practices of the Nation of Islam, about how ruthless they was back in the day. Like, they will literally attack you. Like, they was ruthless back in the day. So they were talking about that as well. But it was a good book. I'm telling you, it was some tea spill in that book. It was some tea spill in that book. And the way how he put it out there, that Brother Malcolm lived a life. Some of the stuff he talked about that we wasn't really about that life, and other things, it was in there. You gotta understand, a lot of people was part of the community, but they was on the DL, they was on the DL. If that makes sense, you know. hmm just like we're gonna watch the documentary A Little Richard together with the producers. Like, it's a lot. Like, gay artists existed back, quote unquote, back in the day, but a lot of them couldn't be themselves. I look at Little Richard life, as I was watching the documentary. I looked at his life, and I see that he battled with spirituality and living his life. You know what I'm saying? He battled to being saved. He battled to having Jesus. Then he went right back into doing rock and roll. But I seen the battle in his life. Pretty much, he battled in his life, like and his entire life. So when I saw that documentary, I said, "Oh my gosh!" And then somebody said something in the documentary, and we're gonna watch it together, the members, and they pretty much said, is he really doing this because he's truly delivered, he's truly done with it, or is he trying to suppress who he really is? That was a great question, because when you saw like his life, and you saw how he was in the music, how he dropped the rings in the water, and then he was in the church, he was selling Bibles, and he went right back into rock and roll. So it was a lot in his life. It was a lot that he was battling with. And like towards the end of his life, he really wanted everybody to get saved and saved. And I personally think that he did that to clear his conscience. Like, he knew, oh my gosh, I'm about to die. And I've always been raised that hell is real. So he said, everybody get right with the Lord. Um, it's a lot. I have so many questions about that. And so when I saw that documentary, I immediately was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I catch myself battling in my life, and I think you just need to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You really need to be yourself, because if it was so wrong to being a person, if you identify and you sleep with men, you a man, or woman, you sleep with women, and if it's so easy for you, it should be easy for you to get out of it. And then for a lot of people, it's not. A lot of people have tried so many different things, and they still that way. So It's a lot of questions I have, about that. A lot of questions about that because it's a lot of people, unfortunately, that are no longer with us because they family kick them out, they end their life, they terminate their life, because of the stress that they have. Of course, we're in a different society today, but we still have people that are still ruthless in that, in the conversation about that. So I think everybody definitely should watch that documentary and have a conversation about it. And especially if you have teenage boys, and they should watch it too, because it's a good conversation to have with your sons and your daughters about that, especially those that that's battling with the lifestyle. You as a parent, unless you just blind, you can see it. You know what I'm saying? And you would be shocked if you open that up. So it was a good documentary I saw, and it was awesome. I had a good time watching it. I'm definitely gonna watch it with the producers. We can have a conversation about it. So let's get into these topics. All right. I told you I was going to open up a good show. No. And also, let me say this: do not DM me telling me to open up the chat. I'm not doing it. If I don't have a sponsor, I'm not opening up the chat. Do not DM me for your comments, or you will be blocked. All right. If you want me to see a comment that you're writing, become a member. All right. I had to block 5 people on yesterday. You do not try to leave me no comment. You will be blocked. In there, the DMs is only open for dropping tea, not you trying to tell me stuff about the show, about opening up the chat. You will be blocked. I had to block 5 people on yesterday. The chat is only for members. All right. If you want the chat open to the general public, then you become a sponsor, and we will DM you the amount or text you the amount of that you have to do to accommodate um the bare minimum of to open up the chat. All right. But that's just the rules. Okay. We don't care about opening up the chat because the views have not dropped. Actually, we have gotten more comments when the video is over than we ever had. So we're good. The views have gotten higher since we done that. It have, right, Paul? You noticed it. I said the views got higher, the comments got together. You know what I'm saying? Because people, they want to be a part of something. You know what I'm saying? We create a standard, and we ain't the only one. Like Candy just announced today, or a couple of days ago, that her speaker is going to be for members only, and people were criticizing. I said more creators are going to do it. We're just ahead of the game here. She put a post and she said this is just for the members only, and people were criticizing. I said, why criticize? If you say you love me and you are a content creator, and you say you love this content creator, if you don't have the $5.99, well, you just ain't gonna be able to watch it. But don't poop on the people that got the $5.99. Understand what I'm saying? Or in our case, the $4.99. Do you understand? So you can't get mad that a person got the money and you upset because oh my gosh, Wiley, why are you charging? Easy. I'm in the business of making money. Okay. And the core audience will pay. And you build that core. And then how I look at it is that when you have a group of people that's already paying, them the people will buy your merchandise. Them the people that if we go on a cruise, they'll probably be the first ones to typically sign up because they're already together and paying for the membership. Understand what I'm saying? And so when we took that stance, I'm telling you, like we went from one low number in memberships, and now we at 100. We almost at 100. You know what I'm saying? Our Patreon is doing good. So once you have that as a perk, and I was just sitting at home, like I'm like, what is a good perk? And I said the chat is a major perk. So if you want to comment, this is really, really good. And then if you want to drag me, you have to wait. And 2, you have to sit and watch, and then you have to drag. And it's some things I say in a video. I do long videos because I judge by the comment of how long did you watch the video. I judge by the comments of how long you watch. You understand? And so it's plenty things I can say in the video, and I judge by your comment how much content did you watch. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Now I had to let's get into these topics. All right, so this is going to be a not a lengthy show. I don't think. But let's get into Brian McKnight. Y'all know who Brian McKnight is. He's getting judged because they said he's promoting his stepchildren and not his biological children. When you get with a woman that is not of color, you pick up another identity. You start to poop on your biological children. Brian McKnight said the children gonna do whatever. He bought his stepdaughter a new vehicle. I mean, he have problems with his children all over. Like he have issues with his biological children as ever. I understand his argument that you're grown, I shouldn't have to baby you, but you still do things for the stepchildren. My thing is this: uplift all your children. Don't just poop on your don't uplift your stepchildren or your bonus children and forget about your biological children. That's how you add division. And I think that Brian McKnight is doing that on purpose because his children, some of his biological sons, came out and criticized him of being a deadbeat dad. And I think now he is showing the world, hey, I'm not a deadbeat. Look, I'm taking care of some children that ain't mine, and I'm buying them new cars. I think he's definitely doing that. Brian McKnight, we reached out to Brian McKnight team for an interview, and we've been reaching out to Brian McKnight for years. He rarely does interviews. Really does interviews. And like I said, I've been reaching out to this brother team for the past going on 2.5, 3 years. As soon as the allegations came up of him being a deadbeat dad, we was immediately in email, sending emails to the team. And once we got an email back, they pretty much said that he don't necessarily do interviews like that. He's a very private person. He do his concerts, but he rarely does a lot of interviews. But I'll try to get it because that would be such a good look for our platform to interview a legend like Brian McKnight. But he's still out here performing. Like he'll be in Dallas in a couple of weeks. But I love the fact that people are criticizing him. He needs to be called out. Like he's posting his children that not with a black woman and putting them on a pedestal, and then you are pooping on your black children. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. I don't think it's right. And I think it's wrong, honestly. I think that when you're a father of all your children. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if your children get grown, they're still your children. They're still yours. You know what I'm saying? They're still a part of you. So I don't care if they're 30 some, 40 some years old. Those are still your babies. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they need to go to some type of counseling to have a better relationship as father and sons and everything. But and also on the flip coin, you can't require your parents to always take care of you at one point. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that you grown now. You can't always expect your dad to buy you new cars, new private schools, and give you a career. No, absolutely not. You can't always depend on, oh, daddy, can you give me 300,000? Like you can't always do that. Your dad is not a bank account. Your dad worked hard for his money. He go on tour and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And if you necessarily want to be a part of it, I remember he had one of his sons or both his sons on concert. I don't think they want to work. I think they are spoiled brats. I personally believe that. I think that they don't want to work for nothing. They automatically want their dad. And I remember when their dad came out, he did a video saying that one of the sons was supposed to work in the hospital, was going to get the job in the hospital. They refused to get the job in the hospital. They never showed up for the interview because I believe their stepmom helped them get in the hospital. They never want to go. So my thing is this: they don't want to work. What they want is their father just to give, and unfortunately, he ain't gonna do that. Now, some fathers they got money, they're gonna always give to their kids. But Brahman Knight's from the old school. He felt like if I can work and get the money and go out here and get it, you can do it as well. I helped you get deals. At the end of the day, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the time. And that's why I'm not understanding with the Suns, because y'all got the McKnight last name. Like y'all got the skill set. Y'all can shop a show. It's so many things y'all could do a podcast. Y'all could do a YouTube channel. Y'all could do so much. You don't have to necessarily depend on your father to give you everything. Now you can use the clout of being a son of the McKnights. Look at Carry On Franklin using the clout, and strategically now he's on the show getting a nice piece of coin, and he's getting more money this season than he did on the previous season. So you got to understand how to strategically move around and get that bag. You understand what I'm saying? And that's something that McKnight sons are not understanding. And I talked to one of them on IG, don't want to come on the show, but my thing is this, player, you should and get a YouTube channel and birth your career as this media personality. But just sitting around being bitter of your daddy, that ain't gonna change it, and it ain't gonna make your daddy come in your life. Honestly, it's not, because you embarrass daddy. Brian McKnight rarely in mess until one of his sons called him a deadbeat. So so he gonna get that back because he was embarrassed and he don't know how. You know what I'm saying? And he's showing you, listen, I'm gonna show you. I'm a deadbeat. Watch what I'm gonna do for your siblings, your step siblings. No, it's your siblings. No, they not really no some of them. His step kid. Look, watch what I'm gonna do for your step brother. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna buy him a new car. Like, he bought his stepdaughter a new ride, expensive ride, more expensive than my car. Bought it and took a picture and smiled. And I think he put in his bio his new son in the bio, if I'm not mistaken. His youngest son, the baby, I believe, in the bio. Give me a second. Let me go. Let me see something really quickly. Okay, hold on. Because they even talked about this on Estimated. And Brad McKnight criticized for praising his stepchildren while ignoring his biological children. McKnight is under fire again for not acknowledging his biological children. He has been open about about their relationship over the years. Brian McKnight is trending on Twitter recently, and not for the noble reasons. The Back at One singer is being called out for not acknowledging his biological children. Again, the 53-year-old has 4 biological children from previous relationships, which include Brian Jr., Brianna, Nico, and Clyde. Twitter users pointed to McKnight Instagram, where he acknowledged his stepchildren in a way that seemed to shade his biological children. The first criticism started as the user resurfaced an Instagram post from 2020 where the singer thanked his stepdaughter for making me a girl dad. Then they pull up stuff as well about him saying visiting you on campus, seeing how happy you were living in this beach house with all your friends for your senior year, reminding both of how proud we are of the women you are become, an incredible student you are continuing to be. Here's to you, Jews, the perfect daughter I always wanted. Okay. So a lot of people didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? And definitely don't like it because ain't black. Okay. I'm just saying. Yeah, but if you done your whole life and everything was handed to you, can you really fault the child and all they know? At the end of the day, the parents are supposed to teach them. Absolutely. That's why I can't not give my kids everything. They have to work, and they're gonna be working for it. There's some things that is required about feed, clothe you, housing, good, but all the extra stuff you have to work for. You're going to do chores. You're going to be working for the company at a young age. You're going to be trained, and then you know what I mean. I'm just not going to just give. I'm not going to be that type of dad. I'm not even that type of friend. You need something from me. Can you wash my clothes? Can you fold my clothes? Can you do a thumbnail? I do that with all my clothes. I have people around me. What can you do to uplift me? I'm just not going to give you no money. Mm-hmm. So we gonna continue this conversation because there's some more with it, and we're gonna keep reaching out to Brad McKnight. He's a great singer. We actually gonna try to go to his concert. I'm gonna try to sneak. Paul, we gonna sneak backstage. we gonna sneak. We gonna sneak backstage. Okay. I'm giving my child whatever they want. Yeah, we gonna sneak backstage. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I'm not gonna just give to my child, because again, when you do that, you set them up for failure because they require for you to give. My aunt, may God rest her soul, I never really knew of her. I was a baby. I was a child when she died. But she had 2 children. She had a son and she had a daughter. And the mom, she did everything. She cooked for them, she cleaned for them, she paid their rent, she did everything. But mama dead. So then, she came to go live with my grandmother, which would have been her aunt. And she thought my grandmother was going to do everything. She said, listen, I can't do that. Like, I have responsibility. I can't just pay your bills. You live up on me for free. Like, you got to live your life. And then she left and went back to Georgia. And now she's living in a facility. She pretty much lost her mind. And she living in a facility now. And she just wanted people to depend on, she wanted people to pay her bills and everything like that, blah, blah, blah. She lived up with my aunt, Louise, for a while, and now she's in a facility, which is quite sad. But when she came, I remember when she came to Chicago, I was just almost a teenager. She wanted to live up on my grandmother for free and everything because her mom set her up like that. All she did, she paid her bills, she paid up, bought her cars, and so mama gone, and so that is gone too. And so now she thought she was going to depend on other folks to do the same, and that ain't life. So that's why you have to be careful setting your children up like that, and because they're going to think that the world's supposed to do that because you have done that. Now, you can do for your children, yes, but you got to know your limits and your boundaries. Like, you can't do too much, because a lot of people like, oh, I'm gonna buy you new phones, I'm gonna buy you new cars. You wrecked them, don't worry, I'm gonna give you another one. Oh, you wrecked that, don't worry, I'm gonna buy you another. Oh, you wrecked that, I'm gonna buy you another one. Like, that's use it. You know what I mean? You got to be careful with that. You got to, honestly. Okay. Yes, they say, I just don't know how some of these women are when they marry men with kids. He got money, so you know what I'm saying. That's how that goes. My kids are gonna be working, like, they're gonna be working cameramans, editors, because I understand working behind the camera. That's a guaranteed job. You understand? Because it's very limited. So you're gonna learn how to edit. You're gonna learn how to work behind the camera. You're gonna learn how to produce. You're gonna learn how to be a writer, a screenwriter, because you're gonna be set up for life. Because if you know how to write scripts and you know how to write songs, you always gonna have a job. You're gonna always be requested to do stuff, especially when you're good. You're gonna be good. All right. And it really is fine balance between, take myself for instance, I have the hardest times stepping out of my comfort zone. My mom always made me second guess myself by asking, how are you sure you want to do? Yeah, I understand your next ex. We haven't even met your next ex. So I want you to hit the link, your next ex. That's a father talking, and he speaks multiple languages too. Okay, I drop the link if he wanted to say something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he doing something. Okay. All right. I drop the link. They said Arias guy is on strike, right? Yeah, they on strike, but they can always get the job. I don't know, because you know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, once you know how to write stuff, you always gonna be good. Especially if you good. If you writing hits, if you write movies, that's a hit. Like, if you writing a Creed 3, if you writing like blockbuster movies, like the person that wrote the script of the Titanic, or the person that wrote the script of the person that wrote the script of Tina Turner. You know what I'm saying? Those, you always have a job, especially if you writing scripts that's getting Academy Awards. You gonna always be paid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the thing of it. With Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And a lot of writers go on strike because I believe they're not being paid fairly. That's what happened with Tyler Perry thing. Anybody want to speak about the writers being on strike? Because the Tyler Perry situation, he fired the writer staff because he didn't want to pay the union dues, because it's a bare minimum you have to pay the writers per session. Even if you start over, you still got to pay them again. Every time they get into a writing session, every time you got to pay them. So he didn't want to do that. And so he fired his entire writing staff, and he wrote the script. That's why a lot of times he writes stuff himself, because he don't want to pay the dues with the writers because they're in a certain union, and he don't want to pay that. So that's why he write all his scripts. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You remember that? Like, he fired his entire thing. Okay. and fired him. All right. All right. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Somebody can't comment in the chat. So somebody can't comment in the chat. So they have to go to another video. Wait a minute. Somebody don't have a 499 to be in the chat. So they comment on another video. Wait a minute. Wait. I can't make this up. So they can't be in the chat. So they go on another video and left a comment to get me together. Wait a minute. So they go on a whole other video to comment. Hello.
Hey, Big Daddy.
Hey, Prada.
Hey, so you were asking about why the writers are on strike right now. So basically, I got to go in a second because I have a meeting at 2:45 and I'm eating. So basically, they're on strike because of work conditions, pay, and hours. So to break that down so that everybody is able to understand, back in the day, we didn't have streaming. Okay, everything was on cable, and most shows on cable are 18, 22 episodes at least. Okay, but now with streaming, you may get 8 to 10 episodes. And then also with streaming, there is no royalties for the writers. So they write for that show, and no matter how many times people consume or watch that show, like, they're not getting paid for it. They get paid that one time. Yeah, so that is, it is very serious. And I don't know, from what I'm hearing, like, the studios aren't budging. And then I read an article. There's a popular show on FX right now called The Bear. And they said one of the writers from The Bear went to an award show and he said he had his account was in the negatives. And it's just like, right, like, it's ridiculous.
So what I'm learning is the studio is being screwing the writers. Like,
Yes.
and the same thing what Monique is arguing. She's suing the Parkers, suing the network because their royalties they're not getting the proper royalties. The producers was able to sue and they got paid. And so but she's saying the actors, we're not getting paid fairly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're still making millions off this show, and we're not getting paid fairly. So I'm all for it. I think that if you write a hit for the rest of your life, to your children's lives, to whoever owns your estate, should still be able to get royalties from that. That should be a law.
Period.
That should be put into place. Like the same when I look as a songwriter. If I write a hit, I get royalties from that hit, and if I die, my estate still get money to the estate. So if they have as a songwriter, then that saying should be implemented when you're writing a hit movie. Because let's be clear, like you said, it was no streaming. It was just DVDs and on it. Now you have it on Netflix, Hulu, and they're making billions.
Freevee, Pluto TV, Tubi.
It's so much. Tubi is so much. It's so much. So of course the writers should be paid fairly. That's the correct thing to do, because without the writers, Hollywood would be bankrupt. Like
you
it would
don't
be
have
nothing.
a show, like you don't have a film, you don't have anything.
Yeah, without the writers. So I'm glad the writers are, you know what I'm saying, taking a stand. I guess Tyler Perry looking like we ain't have them problems. I do all the writing. And he do it for a reason, not because it saved money. Because just imagine the money he would have to pay. Just imagine he had writers, right? They on strike. Then his whole production stopped. So Tyler is like, forget it. I'm the director, writer, and more producers love working with Tyler is because you just really have to just pay him. You know, and he have the little expenses for his actors, and they, of course, they ain't making no millions. So they're getting to pay the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. Every once in a while,
Mhm.
Tyler Perry will pay somebody like $1 million to make him look good, but technically, the rest of them living from check. They ain't making checks like that. Not like they white counterparts. Okay, that's a whole nother conversation. But when you go to the writers, of course they should be. I thought personally, I thought that if they write a hit, that they get money for the rest of their life. Plus, I didn't know they didn't get any royalties. Like that's sad.
So, okay, songwriting is different. You write a song, you're getting paid for the rest of your life. Whereas screenplays, like
Mhm.
it boils down to the streaming. So the writers basically want they want the studios to tweak the contracts to reflect the times that we're in right now. Like we're not in 1996 and everything is on cable. You know what I'm saying? We're not in that time right now, so the writers want I'm sorry, I was reading something. Yeah, the writers want they want their contracts to reflect the times that we're in right now.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I believe we're talking about the writer's strike.
Hmm.
Like I said, we have people that work on sets and stuff like that. That hurts everybody because if the writers on strike, they can't write nothing, then that stop
Right.
your job, that stop everybody.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, everything is at a standstill for that. I personally think the studio's gonna give in. They're gonna have to because I don't think the writer's going to give any. Because anytime you go on a strike, that's like the last option. So that means you were
Yeah.
negotiating, you were getting stonewall, and so now you say, okay, we have to strike
Yeah.
because you know what I'm
So
saying.
the studios were basically like, well, I mean, we're offering you a generous amount of money and blah blah blah. And it's like it's not just about money.
Right.
Yes, they need to pay the writers more. Yes, that's number one. Number two, the working conditions. Like speaking for myself, working in production offices. Do you know how many times scripts are rewritten?
At the
Right.
last.
And so,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get paid extra for rewriting a script. And scripts can be rewritten, I mean, hundreds of times, like during the duration of a production. So it's just really sad.
Yeah, because that is sad. I personally felt wrong when you said it was a writer that said he had a negative in his account and he
Right.
wrote a hit
And
show
he
like
writes
that.
for a hit show. Like, this show won multiple awards.
That's just sad. That's why I tell people them awards means nothing. It's
Right.
about what is in your bank account. Because what Hollywood do and people are waking up, they don't care nothing about the awards anymore. Because that's a lie, especially for black
Right.
people. So if I know white writers are going through, if they got the cold, baby, them black writers got the flu.
Okay, you can't take an Emmy award to the bank.
You can't. You know, on the Academy Awards, you can't pay your mortgage with an Academy Award. Like, just be honest.
Okay.
Because that's what they with Monique. They was like, okay, if you win an Academy Award, you're gonna be able to get 3 to 5 million. And she said, to this day, there is no actress as a black woman that are getting deals 5 to 10 million for a movie. Name one
Right.
that's black. No. What they say is this is the highest paid black actors. When you look at that amount and you look at these white people that's support, not even on a hit show or not even on a hit movie, they get
Period.
quadruple the salary.
I think
So
Sandra Bullock, I think both Sandra Bullock and Cameron Diaz get at least $25 million per film. That's ridiculous.
and you don't even see Angela Bassett even get close to that.
Right.
Neither do Viola Davis get close to that. Not even Monique get even close to that. You know what I'm saying? So when she took the fight, a lot of black actresses didn't call her out because she ain't lying. And now you see these writers doing what they're doing, going on strike, and then you see Monique sued. I'm glad I saw an interview with Monique, and she was talking about the Parkers. This is months before she filed the lawsuit. She said, I just wish that with syndication is fairness with syndication,
Right.
meaning that when this stuff is that we get paid fairly. So now she got the loss. And of course, she's going to win because again, she been negotiating. They don't do it. Sometimes you have to sue, unfortunately,
Right.
and she's gonna win because she have a case. And the studio, the network ain't gonna want to open up their books. So typically, what they do, they bring her team, Mr. Anderson, and Daddy and Monique. They sit in this office. They come up with a number. She signed, and she have to sign a non-disclosure, meaning that she can't talk about the deal or unless you forfeit the money. The same
Right.
thing with Netflix. She got her millions, and it was a lot.
Okay.
She signed a deal where she can't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
I heard she got about $5 to $10 million deal with Netflix. But of course, she can't speak about it because if she did, more people would be like, okay, I'm gonna sue you because I think you paid. You know what I mean? So so she still got her special, and of course, she probably got $5 to $10 million because Monique, I can guarantee, was more than that 500,000.
But
So
you know
when
what, Riley? I do feel like in
and so hold on
she's
one
like
second.
mhm.
We're talking about the writers' strike. Most of y'all not in Hollywood, so y'all don't know that the writers went on strike or anything like that. So that's the top.
they'll they, they'll notice in a couple of weeks when their shows don't come back out. But
When they shows are delayed.
yeah. I was about to say excuse me. I do feel like there should be transparency with wages, like with Monique suing Netflix, because I want to know how much you're making so I can demand whatever you're making.
Absolutely. I think
Okay.
that blue wall of silence with
Yeah.
what was her name? Octavia Spencer, I believe her
Hmm.
name.
That's her name.
So white people told her how much she made, how much they made, and she went back and negotiated a better deal. Like it
Right.
was a movie that she did. What was that basketball player that played for the Lakers? He's really big, LeBron James. So she renegotiated a better deal, but that would have never happened if they didn't tell her how much they made. You
Right.
know what I mean? So she was able to renegotiate a deal. The same thing that happened with on The View. Rosie was able to tell people on there how much she made, so they can go to the executives and negotiate a better deal.
Right.
So let's be clear on that, because I thought Whoopi was getting like 20 some million dollars, and that's
You would think that. You would
that
think
she
that,
made.
right?
Right. So you got to understand, a lot of people that we see they wasn't getting paid fairly. So
Right.
let's be crystal clear on that. And Tyler Perry is a businessman, and Tyler didn't even want to pay the writers fairly. That's why
Right.
he fired them and said, I'm gonna write my own scripts.
Right.
That's why he do not open up for writers, because he know it's a bare minimum. He don't even want to pay what they fought to get. He don't want to pay that.
See, because with like unions, like with the Writers Guild of America and SAG AFTRA, for example, when you're in the union, you have to be paid a certain amount of money because
Yeah.
you're in the union, and you pay dues, like you pay annual dues to be in the union. And so yeah, unfortunately a lot of creatives, like Mr. Perry, like they don't want to have to answer to anyone. And I kind of understand that from a business aspect, but it's just like, sir, like you can't expect people to work 16, 18-hour days and you don't even want to pay them an amount of money to where they're able to afford the cost of living. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's that way. You know what I'm saying? Writers don't get paid fairly.
Right.
Unfortunately, they don't. Like, I have even people that work for these websites and work for these big companies. They don't get paid fairly. Or some don't get paid at all. They just pay them in clout. But you can't pay your bills in clout. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
You can't
So
go
that's
to Wells Fargo like, hey, here's
hey,
the
I got some clout. So, when we start this website, I was reaching out to writers, and when I was giving them a number that I can pay week, they were shocked because they don't even get that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And that's before like the ad dollars come in. Then once the ad dollars, that's gonna be more. But
Yeah.
a lot of people ain't doing that, and that's why my email is full. Oh, Wiley, I want to write for your site. Meaning, You're paying people, we heard. And word travels once they find out you're paying people to, and you're doing nice, and every week you get paid. Never was a missed payment. So word travels. Like, oh my
Right.
gosh, you know what I mean? And these bigger, quote unquote, bigger places, they're not really treating their people. They call them interns, but baby, you working like a regular employee, but
like a slave. Call it what it
you're,
is. You working like a slave.
you're working like, you know what I'm saying? You working like a slave. And so when I didn't know until I started the WileyTheTroll.com, and once I started talking to writers from big places, and I asked them, how much do you get paid? Some of them said zero. They pay us in promotion, but you can't pay your bills with that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. And we're gonna pay more. We're gonna get more people once we get the ads and stuff working on there. Then we can budget for more people. But I use my personal finances to make sure they're good because they do a good job. Ebony D, and we added another writer. But when I looked at how they treating people, I said, wow. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, and a lot of people, they're ready to jump ship. I'm talking about some good writers. They're ready to jump ship because they're not getting paid fairly. They were shocked that we were able to pay. And they were surprised because, again, I worked a regular 9 to 5 just to fund like some of my businesses. And then when it started getting revenue and it started getting, you know what I'm saying, then I can get my money. It's like you making an investment for right now. But when it comes to these writers, they're not getting paid. A lot of them not getting paid fairly. And it's very sad. And I'm glad you're speaking up, Aaliyah speaking up, because some of y'all work in Hollywood. This is y'all regular job. So this all affects y'all. Like when they go on strike, this affects everybody. Like if you work on the set, writers go on strike. They on strike for 6 months.
It's over with. It's over with. That's another thing.
You gotta file unemployment, and everything is bagged up.
Right. That's another thing I wanted to say before I go. Yeah, like unions are very important. So my suggestion to anybody that wants to do something on set or work in production, find out how many hours you need to work on set in order to join the unions, the IATSEs, your local union or Writers Guild or SAG after, whatever, what have you. Okay, I got 2 minutes. There was, I was working on set one night and so for some reason, I don't know, people think like it's just always hot all the time in Louisiana, and it's not. So on this particular set, it was November and it was like 22 degrees one night. And there was not sufficient heating. We were doing exterior scenes.
Oh, wait a minute. So you said it wasn't no heating, so it was cold?
It was cold. Like, and so, you know what I'm saying? The locations manager was like, okay, like, what are y'all going to do about this? Because people are going to get sick. And sure enough, one of, I think it was the camera PA, he got hypothermia. And so locations shut everything down. He was like, okay, no, like I'm shutting this production down. Like it's over with.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Yeah. What happened, Big Daddy?
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I had to restart. I'm restarting my computer. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm restarting my computer. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, one of the camera PA got hypothermia. Like it was just a disaster. Like she had to go to the hospital. There was another girl who was on the camera team. She found out like after we wrapped literally at like 3-4 a.m. She found out at 3-4 a.m. that these people did not even book a hotel for her. Like it was just a disaster. Yes. It was a disaster.
So if they didn't book her in a hotel room, that means she had to pay out of pocket.
She was scrambling trying to find any place. Okay, I gotta go, Big Daddy. I'll be back when I finish, though.
All right. No. I had to get your reasoning on that. Thank you so very much for that.
You're welcome.
That way. Aaliyah TV, did you want us to add something to it? Thank you, Prada. Did you want to add something to that? Because we talking about, I'm sorry. We had to switch gears. We talking about the writer's strike. Did you want to add something to that? Did you want to add something to that, Aaliyah TV? Somebody said that's how Girlfriends ended the way it did. Yeah, Girlfriends, I heard because of that. Like, people don't want to be paid. People want to be paid. You know what I'm saying? They want to be paid fairly. So when I got word, I said, wait a minute. They want to be paid fairly. Especially when I can understand you working for a company that just necessarily can't pay you, but these studios worth billions. Right, Aaliyah TV? Worth billions. That's what I'm saying, worth billions of dollars. So they want to be paid fairly. I'm just saying. You said, dude, Wiley still got company? Always got company. Always. Right, it's just a lot. And she probably put, I need to get some tea. I don't know if any of the writers can talk to me on my show. But Prada, if you have a group that I could be a part of with the writers, send it to me, a Facebook group. Because I want to get some of the writers on my show. Give me a second. They restarted my computer. Because it was freezing up. Hold on 1 second. It was freezing up. 1 second, it's restarting. They said that would be a nice story. Thank you so very much, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Did you restart it? Okay. All right, I can sit back down over here. Let me go log back in. Because they love seeing me on camera. I cannot do no podcast. They love seeing me on camera. All right. Okay. Give me a second. We are here. We got a lot to discuss in this live. All right. Give me a second. I don't want to end it. 1 second. All right, we're back. Okay, we have to restart. All right. So let's go. Now, that was that. Let's get back into these topics. Shout out to the members because they can only ones that can change a subject, but we love them. We love them, we love them, we love them, we love them. Nicki Minaj and her husband dodging a lawsuit, child. So they apparently, her husband, let me make sure, because we talked about it on wilderthetroll.com, and I want to definitely read it, you guys, because this is something that we post on the site yesterday. Shout out to the team over there. Give me a second. If I can find it, you guys. Well, apparently her husband, they're dodging a lawsuit. We posted this on yesterday. Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty, allegedly are dodging a 6-figure lawsuit they have with a security guard in Germany. Apparently, the couple verbally and physically assaulted a security guard while a man fan were able to bombard his way on stage during the Queen's concert in Germany. Okay. So they are dodging a lawsuit right now. All right. And I don't know, maybe Nicki don't have the money to pay. I don't know. Maybe she broke. I don't know. But why is she dodging this lawsuit? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's probably why she can't help her friend Tasha K, because she's dodging the lawsuit and she's out there dodging and hiding. Hiding and dodging and hiding this particular lawsuit. And when she was dodging it, I'm saying, well, why is she dodging this lawsuit? Maybe she broke. You know what I'm saying? Why is she out here dodging? Um, you know, and I don't think she have all that money that people think she have. Now she have clout, but I want to know what she got in her bank account. She just now had to finance a house years later, and I heard that she's renting a house, from my understanding, that she's not even paying a mortgage, that she's renting. I've heard allegedly. You know, of course, you know, it's expensive. She got a husband she got to take care of. You got to pay his legal fees. He on the SA list. He on house arrest. It's just a lot. Then she got to get back in the studio and work. She's on a 360 deal with, you know what I'm saying? She's not really the only owner of this label. She's under somebody else's label with her own label. She's the front person of that. The major label is financing it. They approve what projects she can work or who women she can work with and all of that. You know, it's a lot that's going on with her bank account. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? He don't even work. Only thing he working on is that cootie cat and on house arrest. You know what I'm saying? She wanted a thug. You know what I'm saying? Because she's the type of person, she okay with people that take cookies and snatch cookies and stuff. Like, she's addicted to that. Her brother is that way. It's in her blood too. It's a matter of time before she get caught up in some controversy. But she married a man that didn't care, took advantage of a woman, and she married that. So she, you know, Nicki is okay with that. She okay with that. I'm fine. If you do that, cool. We good. That's what happened. She, you know, Jennifer was violated by Nicki Minaj's husband, and Nicki doesn't care. Nicki financed her brother when her brother did something to his own child. You know what I'm saying? And Nicki financed his legal defense fund. That's Nicki. Nicki have done it. From the brother to her husband, Nicki have done it, you know, and she pretty much said to her fan base, I don't care. I'm gonna still ride that pain. I don't want you unless you are word. You know what I mean? So that's Nicki. You know, that's what Nicki done. You know what I'm saying? And she take care of grown black men. She have done it. You know, it's typical black men that she could have been with, Drake, Wayne, showing people of privilege. She got the bottom of the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad, you know, and you know, she financed her brothers, you know what I'm saying? Then people say, well, her mother, no, her mama get money from Nicki. Nicki financed all that. She financed her mother at the end of the day. All right. But she done it. He can't even travel the world. This man is on house arrest. And she sued Nosy. And I told Nosy, I said, Nosy, if you stick with the facts, she ain't gonna be able to sue you. But she ain't listen to me. She said, I don't care. She is giving this. I said, she ain't on that. I said, but what you can get her on is marrying a man that's on the SA list. What you can get her on, trying to silence Jennifer. What you can get her on, financing her brother when her brother was accused of these hideous crimes. If you stick on that, then she can't sue. There's no basis for a lawsuit. But once you open your mouth and say that she is on these type of substances, she can get you for that, because she could just go to the judge and be like, hey, I'm not on this is defamatory, all that. But if you stick with the facts, she ain't gonna be able to touch you. Like, we stick with the facts. She chew a lot of ice, you know, she eats on camera, and she's married to a man that's on the SA list. Stick with the facts. You understand what I'm saying? And if you stick with those facts, there's nothing she can do. She can't sue you at all. Because I told Nosy, I told her on the conference call, I said, listen, sister, I think we were on Clubhouse. I said, you got the clout with Jennifer. Stick with Jennifer. But when you get off Jennifer and start criticizing Nicki of being on these substances, then she can get you, because she could be like, I don't take this. I took multiple drug tests. She gonna bring doctors up, and you're gonna be at the losing end of the stick. And then you ain't gonna be able to do commentary. And then she got scared, didn't hardly do commentary at all. it's like you stick with Jennifer. That was the big story. You led the charge, and then you got scared because she sued you, and then now you can't even talk no more. You can't even do content no more. Like, get up out of here with that. If you just stick with it. I said the same thing to Daryl. I said, Daryl, he don't even do content no more. The man got bankrupt by Larry Reed. I said, if you stick with Levante, he won't touch you. But you kept showing up to his house, going up to his house. Now you can't even do content. That's why Larry didn't sue me, because if he sue, you have to bring up Levante. That is key. You ain't talking about Levante. You went from Levante showing up to Larry's house. I never will show up to his house. I will always speak on Levante, about the wicked behavior of Levante. Also criticize his wife when she's battling depression. She don't know if she want a lally pad or ride his peen. She's under confusion. You understand what I'm saying? And you know something, I would say she need to be free, because it looks like she locked up in that house with a man that's accused of these hideous crimes. And how can you sleep at night? So you stick with the Levante piece. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't do that. And so he started showing up to his house. He started showing up with a weapon and all these type of things. I stick with Levante. That's why his mentee don't say nothing. Because what can you say? He did this to Levante. We got King Jive's testimony that King Jives have testified and said not only did Larry Reed do that to Levante, he did it to my god brother when he was underage. So I have him on recording. Larry can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? He haven't been the same since the Levante thing. That he got that Levante curse and everything. And he tried to file a motion with the courts. He tried, but because the police, because we haven't tried it yet, the police only saying that it's an open investigation, but I ain't satisfied. I'm like, it's an open investigation. What about the prosecutor? What about this? And applying pressure to the prosecutor office. And so we're going to continue to apply pressure to that and all that. And they was like, are you afraid of Larry going to sue you? He can't. What is his basis of suing? It's an open investigation. He have not been convicted. No. But it's an open investigation where he have in the court in the police department, they see investigation for child fondling and for doing it to a child. It's on there. So what can he sue on? What is the basis of his lawsuit? He did that. You know, he was accused of that. You know what I'm saying? And his multiple witnesses said he did it. You know what I'm saying? And if he want to sue for defamation, it would be dumb just to sue Brother Wiley. You have to sue Levante because he came with the allegations. Like you know what I'm saying? He came with the allegations. Levante came with the allegations. So you must sue me, Levante, Bishop Whitehead. You don't have enough money to sue all them people. Then you have to fire me. Then you have to get all them process servers. Then you have to go to court. Then you have to get lawyers that specialize. You know, it's multiple different cases that you're going to have. And you don't have the finances to do that. Or the time that's going to be distracted of you being on that set. And I'm really going to be talking more. Understand? So that's how I told him. I said, stick with Levante and you won't have a problem. I told Nosy the same thing. Stick with Jennifer and you won't have these problems. And then she didn't stick with Jennifer, and then poof, she started to get with other people. I told you should have stuck with Jennifer. If you'd have stayed there, you won't have these issues and this problem. But as soon as you say that she got this, she got multiple this and multiple that, that's when you get in trouble. Okay? All right? And he haven't been the same since. He haven't been the same since. And King Jobs haven't been the same since because he getting sued. He actually got sued. And they served him. So he got a whole other problem. And he thought that Larry was gonna save him. He ain't gonna save you because you said he was a criminal because he did something to your god brother. So Larry withdrawed his funding. Larry said, I ain't give you a dime. So now he got to deal with the bishop himself. And then he got other preachers, friend. They all broke. Some, you know, they can't help him. They broke. And so now King is on there on his platform talking about the bishop. Like, you got a whole lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you said that and then you didn't listen to me, King. I said, if you have allegations, if somebody wrote a letter, bring them on camera. So when you get sued, that you have some type of covering, like, hey, these people said this. You didn't do it. You're just going by people wrote a letter. Anybody can do that. You got set up to get sued. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Larry got upset because people posted stuff in the chat about Levantre. And his content have not been the same. He tried to do the spirituality. It ain't hidden. He got Bishop Bernard Jordan's son. He need to come out the closet because that man just as gay as they come. Nothing wrong with it, but stop trying to hide it, girl. Because you see that all through him. Muscles, all through. He get good looking men. All through that. It's just the aura of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that type of way. It's a lot of donations, holy oil, and getting them bread baskets. You know what I'm saying? Just weird. And I'm talking about the type of sex he do with chains and with white men. He does a lot. He does. It's all in his aura. You must be blind if you can't see it. And Larry hang around them type of people. Most people he hang around with is people in the lifestyle because you're gonna hang around who you are. You know what I mean? And so Larry tried to play both sides, but it ain't working. You're gonna have to pick a side. You can't be, let so that's the son and everything. And then they'll get the least amount of views because you trying to be so spiritual, but you ain't living in your truth. I'm single. No, you ain't. You in a relationship, but it's with a man. Once I come out of the closet, you're gonna lose a lot of that church support. And that's why his father didn't too much care for him, because he living this double life. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely tell from his chest, from him working out, the people that he's spending money on, the people he's spending money, the men that he's spending money on, he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And he goes there, and then Larry was like, y'all don't really watch those. No, they don't care nothing about watching those lives. Unless y'all talking about a bread basket that's getting buttery. You know what I'm saying? They ain't watching that live at all. Unless you're talking about a bread basket and all of that, they're not watching it. And Larry had to understand. And he's noticing that the views have dropped because they only are fans of that salacious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Larry is only the most highest views that Larry got is being salacious, coming against preachers, and now he just want to be this regular commentary and the views ain't hitting the same. And then he brought the Bishop Paint Nails, son up there, men need to come out the closet. He having all these orgies. Just come on out. That ain't hitting. It ain't hitting the same. It ain't hitting the same. And you could definitely tell he can't deny it. You see it. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why he have not been exposed because he paid for, particularly white men, he paid them nice. And it's like in a circle, like Larry know who to smash and who to keep quiet and every. It's just unfortunate his dirty deeds happened with Levantre, and Levantre have told it. But Levantre is the first of many. Then you have King Jive's godson that said the same thing as well. That what he did. You know what I'm saying? It just happened with Larry Reid and everything. Absolutely. And then Larry Reid, he said he's going to file the motion with the courts to get the file open up, but he never filed that motion. He said he wanted everything to be public. We waited. He never filed it. He just talked. He just lied. He just lied. You know what I'm saying? They said it's Conscious and Larry, they're not really cool. They never was really cool. Larry wanted to distance himself from Conscious because some of Larry team felt like Conscious is bad for Larry brand because it made Larry look bad. And so they pretty much told him to stop talking about him. You know what I'm saying? And move on. They don't really talk about each other like that because it makes Larry look bad. He was a bad defender of Larry Reid. Many people in this close, or actually Bishop Bernard Jordan really was advocating to say leave Conscious alone, because Conscious ain't, he's weird in so many words, and that's why you don't see, Conscious invited with Bishop parties or going to the celebrity events. He don't do that. He was just used. He got paid to get used, unfortunately, and it hurts him in the content because people only view him for that. They don't view him for regular topics. Have you noticed they don't? Like when people say, "Oh, I get more views," you only get views when you're talking about Larry. When you don't talk about it, you don't get any views. And then when you try to do regular content, they're not interested in it. They're only interested in you being Larry Reed's mouthpiece. The same thing with the whole thing with Jaguar Wright. People, the same thing with Jag. They bring up, let's bring Jaguar Wright up. They bring Jaguar Wright up. We called, and some of her closest allies, they're trying to scramble, not talk about it, but they get hit in view. One person, all they talk about is Jag. They get views talking about Jag. Then they stop talking about Jag and they want to talk about me. I got on the phone with somebody. I said, that's backwards. Jag is getting you views. People don't care about the library situation. They don't care. That's old news. They don't care none about it. Stick with Jag. You talking about oh, Wiley, the library thing. Stop having meetings with Tasha K with the library. It's paid off. That's old news. That's old news. Jag is in jail. Stick with your friend with Jag. You understand what I'm saying? You're letting Tasha use you, and you're getting off what gives you views. They don't care nothing about that library. That's why it was the least amount of views, because they don't care. They don't care. It's nothing salacious about it. Tasha, you paying people to find out about it. It's paid off. They don't care nothing about it. And you're getting used by Tasha, and you're getting off Jag. You know what I'm saying? When we call the lawyer for Jag, we want Jag back in Texas, honestly, because it ain't right that she can't hardly get a phone call how she being treated in Louisiana. It ain't right. But Jag also have to understand that she set herself up for failure because she got on YouTube trolling people. They got her back. They got her back. The same thing that happened when VS got arrested. It was a YouTuber that got arrested at the IHOP, and she beat up one of our moderators. And the moderator called me, and I told her to press charges. Press charges. You got attacked. She pressed charges. And what messed up VS is because all the dirty deeds she did on YouTube, they kept calling the prosecutor the judge. They called the prosecutor the judge, the correction. They applied so much pressure that this lady was banned from the internet for 3 years. For the first offense, she was banned on the internet for 3 years, meaning 3 years worth of checks she couldn't get. Understand what I'm saying? And got a felony. For 3 years, she couldn't come on the internet. So it was quite sad. But when you do that and it just ended up bad. So for 3 years, she couldn't go live. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't go live for 3 years, and she was mad at me because she thought I sent the lady to the IHOP. I never sent that lady to the IHOP. I never sent her to the IHOP. What happened when she got attacked and she called me, I told her the biggest way to get her back is to press charges, because you're not a content creator. If you want to get her back, press charges, because once you press charges, they're going to help you get her in jail. And that's what happened. And 3 years, she couldn't be on the internet. 3 years she controlled. 3 years of the money that this woman could have made. And now she got to start all over again. You know what I'm saying? With her career. And I told her, you shouldn't even go back to no B sector. If a sector got me arrested if I could be on it for 3 years, I'm going to a whole nother sector. She ain't listen. You know what I'm saying? So she just stuck with that. But ain't nowhere in the world I'm going back to a sector that I got arrested and I couldn't even go live for 3 years. Like my kids, somebody else had to come in and take care of my kids, you know what I'm saying, and get this on my record. Like certain jobs she can't get because she's a felon, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately. But got to be careful, you know what I'm saying. But when it came to Jag, the same thing. She got in she trolled some YouTubers. The YouTubers got her back for some content, and they start showing up to her apartment. Storm and Roll moderator showed up to her apartment, and that's what people started to do. Like, because she showed the people where she stay at. It's like she was inviting, like people start trolling her in real time. Like, it was a YouTuber and Storm moderator. They followed her all the way to Louisiana, knew that she had a warrant, cooperated with the authorities. They arrest her at the mall in the pool. And the first person to go live to break that story was Storm, but it was his moderator that did it. So these are the people, it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. And her friends, they moved on. Like Sean Davy Wade moved on. Honestly, they literally moved on. Sean Davy Wade, all of them, they literally just moved on, just dropped it like a bad habit. They ain't talking to the authorities. They ain't trying to work with the prosecutor. They ain't bailing her out. One of her friends laughed and said he ain't bailing her out. But she was the one that got you to the 1,500 people in your life. Not Armand Wiggins, Jaguar Wright. And it's no shade. It was Jag that helped you with your career. Without Jag, you would have nothing. It was Jaguar Wright. And see, Jag have to understand, and she ain't gonna listen, because you help people that didn't give a darn about you. And the people that you pooped on is advocating for you on your behalf, putting money on her books. We're working with them, trying to get her back to Texas, trying to get her back. And the reason why we're trying to get her back, so she can have a fighting chance. Her bond is only what, $1,500. Understand what I'm saying? So the same people you didn't want to mess with, we calling, we advocating. You know what I'm saying? To make sure you're good. Asking them why you can't get on the phone and all this type of things. So we're advocating for those things. Giving her enough money so she can make a phone call. So we really, really advocating. We're advocating for her because, again, this is a Black woman, and I don't feel right that she's sitting in Louisiana for some bullcrap charge that she didn't serve that time anyway, and get her back into Texas. But again, she's going to have to cooperate herself, and to do that, again, you know what I'm saying? So to get her back into Texas, absolutely. So we will talk more about it, once I get more information. But again, we're gonna call them again, and I'm gonna have Part of Me call them again to see that when they're gonna come and pick her up. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's May now, and she's still locked up. You understand? Exactly. At least Storm told her to start her own channel and tell her story to help her make money. They'd rather see her make a fool of herself and make money off of her on their channel. Yes, like I said, everybody told Jag, and Storm did tell her, like, start your own channel. It was if Jag would have done that, then she'd be making a buku amount of money. But I understand why she didn't do it, because Sister Girl ain't in her right mind. Only thing she's known to do is just to be a train wreck. She don't know how to monetize being a train wreck. I believe if she was sober-minded and on her meds, she can think better to start doing it. But she ain't sober-minded. You know what I'm saying? She's, unfortunately. And so once she get her right mind, then yes, she could do it. She, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, she's not like me. We got it. We consistent on YouTube. We monetize on everything with the library situation. We were fortunate enough to tell our story, and we was able to get some great money to pay back, the library, in which we did. You know what I'm saying? And she not even cooperating with the people in the jailhouse. They said she's not a good. And to my understanding, she's wild. You know what I'm saying? I told them, unfortunately, their medical services or mental health services not like the same. You know what I'm saying? Some of it's not the same. So I just want her to get back into Texas so she can get the help that she desperately needs. We will definitely keep y'all updated with that. Hopefully she get out soon. You know what I'm saying? We praying that she get released soon to get back into the Dallas diaspora immediately, and make sure before she try to leave Texas that she handle all her legal problems in Texas. Understand? There's no need to hide. It's another YouTuber that had multiple fraud charges. You know what I'm saying? And and it hurt her YouTube career because she was battling with another YouTuber. The YouTuber knew, I don't know how she found out that the sister had all these charges, and she got arrested in one part of another part of the state. She couldn't even leave until they came and brought her back into where she had these charges. This woman had multiple charges of fraud, knew she had it and was running, and got on YouTube, got into a beef. They found out, and she got arrested. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't been the same since. She haven't been the same since. And she would talk about the library situation. But yeah, you have multiple charges of fraud. You understand what I'm saying? And she thought all these YouTubers was gonna help her. None of them helped her. Nope. She defended Armand and took his back. Didn't help her. And then her daughter said, "Can you talk about it?" Nope. Go to Armand. None of them helped her. Nobody helped her. And they shouldn't. Like, you got them charges. Like, you should have resolved them charges. Go and turn yourself in. You got all them fraud charges. What you walking around this innocent for? All right, let's move on. All them fraud charges. So that's Jaguar, right? Okay. All right, we got Dr. Umar. Now, Tasha interviewed one of my subscribers that we sent her maybe like a year or two ago. Last year, it was during the summertime. And this woman said that Dr. Umar uh, told her to play in her yoni. And she did just that. No, she didn't do that. Hold on one second. Hello? So to play in her yoni. And apparently, and I want to make sure I get the title of what Tasha K named it. She named it, y'all won't believe this, Dr. Umar exposed by a married woman for trying to smell her private part. So apparently what happened is they connected and all this type of stuff. The reason why she's upset, Anaya is upset, because she just DM'd me something because somebody did this. Let me see if I can play the voice note. Give me a second. This just happened. Let's play this voice note. Dr. Umar. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Where's the voice note at? Okay, here we go.
Oh my God, is it illegal for people to put out people's phone numbers on the internet? Dr. Umar is sending his crazy followers to stalk me, and they've been blowing up my phone all night long. This is my personal number that they're reaching out to. I just picked up one who was very mean and nasty and disturbing. I'm going to send you the video clip real quick, but let me know if there's something illegal about that. I mean, this girl thought I was lying and making stuff up, and then she said that I was ugly and bloated and fat. I was like, because I was 7.5 months pregnant. Like, what the hell? When I did that video, I was 7.5 months pregnant, Wiley. Oh my God, help me God. I can't believe Tasha K got all these people like going crazy right now. And Umar posted about me. Oh my God.
Well, this is what I want to say. I told her, I said, once you go out, it's gonna end bad for you. And once Tasha K put out this interview a year later, they dragged her. They dragged her for filth. They dragged her looks. They dragged the way she talked. They dragged her for filth. And she told me, she said, I'm getting dragged. And it's like, you got to know when you come on camera, you got to be conscious on how you look and what you're putting out. You're talking about a man that Dr. Umar is highly popular in the Black community. because a lot of black women love the way how he talk. He say big words. He talk about black history. He talk about being with a black woman. But when you pull all that back, he ain't married. He's on child support. Did I say he ain't married? He ain't got no school out. When you pull the layers, he's not this guy just because he can talk a good big words and speak the knowledge and say all that. But when you look at the character, it ain't matching up what he preach. He said, we're going to have a school that's going to come out for black boys, right? For free. 10 years later, there is no school. 10 years later, no school. Then you get a younger black man, Brother King, that been in here younger than him, in his 20s, started a school, a boarding school for black boys, started it, and the school is out today. Do you hear me? The school is out today. So all that talking about I'm opening up a school, I'm going to do this for black boys, no school is out. This brother went as deeper of buying a building, ain't paying the taxes, getting fines upon fines, still no school. Now, Dr. Umar, the idea made sense, but he didn't know how to implement it. Understand what I'm saying? And when you have a school, you still got to pay for the administration, the teachers, the accreditation process. That's more money. And if you having a hard time just opening up the building, we ain't even talking about the school budget. How are you going to be able to afford this? Do you understand? So when we interviewed that young brother, the brother opened up a school, started small in his home, bringing young black boys to his home. And he bought a building. They raised money. You saw where the money was going. The brother was so cold that you seen the money where he was doing it for the school. Every time he would have a wish list on the wish list, and the wish list people would put on there, they would buy it, and then he would go live and show everything that was purchased from the wish list. Do you hear me? So when we interview King Randall, the founder of the X for Boys, the reason why I gave money to the school, because I see the work. The brother was on Roland Martin. Roland had an old idea. Roland is sometimes he could be stuck in his ways. And King was like, listen, that's your way, but this is my way, educating our boys. And I was impressed by how young he was. And I was asking me, they said, yeah, he the real deal. And he done great work. Understand? So he remodeled a home, 8-bedroom, a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom for his students. So, he's done it. He got a building. He got a teaching staff. He's doing it. He's got investments. Some Republicans invested in him as well. So I love it. I just love it. You know what I'm saying? I just love it. But Dr. Umar, older, got more education than King, still no school. So if a young man can do it, why didn't Dr. Umar? And so when we brought King on the show, we asked him and we said, brother, what do you think about Dr. Umar? He said no comment. Well, he's got a comment now because he came out because people was coming in. He said, at least my school is out. I ain't out here scamming. At least my school is open. So that's just how that goes. And Dr. Umar This brother was having an event, a Pan-African event at a bandit building. A bandit building. What is your excuse after 10 years? And I get it. We protect, particularly black women, protect black men. I get it. But this brother needs to be called out and investigated. That's pure fraud. And some of the cash apps got shut down because it was in fraudulent behavior. Some of his GoFundMe, he can't even get on GoFundMe because of fraud. And what gets me when he go on the Breakfast Club, it's like y'all bring him on because he increased the ratings or because he says some very controversial things. But the main question is, brother, why is it taking you a decade to have the school out and you got Brother King, he younger and able to get a school out? Like I told Storm, you so desperate, you paid this man $500, didn't make your $500 back because you didn't ask him the tough questions, Storm. If I'm paying you $500, I'm going to get my dollar's worth. I'm going to ask you these tough questions. Where did the money go? And then he said, well, I get requested to go speak. You're speaking to 2-3 people. You're not speaking to thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. About 3-4 folks in the crowd. You're losing your star power. Because a lot of people don't care nothing about you anymore because you are a known scam artist. Yes, I said it. You are a scam artist. And when the question came up, I think he said this was Storm, right, Paul? He said, oh, I couldn't find, the black contractors, they scammed me. So now I got to deal with the white contractors. Another lie. This brother, it was black contractors that reached out to me, said, we offer our services, but Dr. Umar wanted us to work for free, and we can't do that. Many people with the AVAC, electrician, all the people reached out to Dr. Umar because he put it out there. Well, ain't no black people reached, so they reached out. Dr. Umar didn't want to pay him. He thought just because you black, we could work for. No, brother, we are a company. A lot of black companies don't have the resources to do a free project. They don't have that. They don't have it where you a company. You can't do a free project. You don't have the funding for that. Most companies are living check to check, project to project. They don't have the resources to have manpower to work with you for free. They don't have that. You understand what I'm saying? Don't have that at all. And so when it comes to this woman that was on Tasha K platform, Anaya, I don't know what really happened. A lot of women get desperate with Dr. Umar because he talk good. They will give him yoni. He get plenty yoni, and it ain't from a lot of black women. He deals with a lot of white women. You know what I'm saying? Most people that's so conscious like that, they love white women. Because if you really like black women, you would get married to one. You a single man. You probably a trash husband, a trash man. And your people have to track you down for child support. Then you had evictions when you ain't pay your rent. So, it's a lot of things that we can talk about Dr. Umar. A lot of things. And so, and then people are saying, oh, she not really that attractive. He won't do that. You know what he'll do? You don't really, you really don't know. Why? And she did the show with Tasha. because we told her to go. I thought she was going to release the show then. She didn't. Tasha waited a whole year later because Tasha's going through financially. So she airing old interviews and everything like that. Okay. And she played that. It was like a year ago. Storm did the same thing, held on to an interview and played it and got major backlash. So when it comes to Dr. Umar, you know what I'm saying? People say reach out to him for an interview. I'm not paying him no $500. The max I'm gonna do is $100. I'm not paying no $500 for no interview. I couldn't imagine him being a husband is going to take a good way. He talk and lie to. He talk and lie a lot. He lied about that school. Like he said, the grand opening gonna be in February. February came and went. We about to be in June. Still no school. Because just opening up a school, that's the first hurdle. What the finance you gonna do to get it accredited for the teachers? That's the same thing that Kanye went through. He had the Donda Academy. It wasn't even accredited. So the grades you get don't even count. You can't even transfer the grades in a regular school because it don't count. It's a non-accredited school. So you just wasted. See, these parents are so dumb. You just want your kids around Kanye. He ain't teaching the curriculum. It ain't accredited. You just wasting your time and your money and your children's time. Why would you let your child be a part of a school that ain't accredited? That don't make sense. Meaning that you can't even transfer to, and it's not accredited. Ain't accredited. That's why ITT Tech and Westwood was shut down because it wasn't accredited. Their accreditation it wasn't accredited. You couldn't even transfer the grades to another school. You had to start all over because it's not accredited. Do you hear me? All right. So this is different than lying as a consecrated. This person lied and didn't do out that school. 10 years. The money that was raised, no school. That's fraud. That's fraud. You said the school was going to come out all these multiple dates because y'all ain't asking how you going to finance the teachers? How you going to pay the lights? How you going to pay the gas? You can't even keep up with the debt that you accumulate with the grass and everything to be cut. You understand what I'm saying? How you be able to keep up with those things? Yes, you speak good. Yes, but that don't mean nothing when the product is not even out. Like you could talk about Tariq, but he got the museum, he got the DVDs, he got all the DVDs is out, he got it on streaming, he got the museum out. Do you understand? He got all that stuff out. Okay? All right. Give me a second. If Wiley interviewed him, was going to get mad with Wiley. He's going to be like, Brother Wiley. I'm going to ask him the questions. The questions that the people want to know. And what happened to this particular woman? He probably did want to smell it. Weird guy. And she told this story a year ago. And poof, Tasha released it and they dragged her for film. Now, typically, Tasha put interviews on the app. She put that publicly, and they dragged her. Because Dr. Umar refused to come on the show.
But just to let you know, I will be able to come on later. Like I said.
You know what I'm saying? So, poof. So that's just how that goes. Because Dr. Umar told her no. He quadrupled the price and she don't want to pay. So she released that interview. Do you understand? She released the interview. What's up? We got a new member. Hi. What up, sis? And you know what I'm saying? He ain't doing it for free. And Tasha got to pay now. You understand? And I think he wanted like $1,500 or $2,000. And she said no. Charleston White charged her a couple of thousand. She said no to Charleston White because she said she don't pay for interviews. So, not paying for interviews, well, these people want to be paid. You understand what I'm saying? So she don't want to pay that. I ain't doing that. Well, Charleston wanted, because I know when we reached out to him, I think he said about 5,000. So if he charged me 5,000, he probably told her double the amount. And you have to give him a deposit before he even say to put you on the calendar. So you have to send him $2,500 before you even put him on the calendar. You understand what I'm saying? So I think she pays, but she don't want to pay them, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? Go and pay them. All right, let's move on. Okay. Okay, now this story, Kai, this is the woman that accused Kai friend with the black hat of the R word. Came out that the brother was innocent altogether. We got the evidence and the receipts here. Now, of course, we cannot play the video of Kai friend getting it in with this woman, and he recorded it. She came out with some allegations saying that she was asleep. He took advantage of her. He R-worded her. Kai covered it up, did not defend her, and all these things. Now, finally, we got the brother that was accused of this crime, and this is what he posted on Twitter. Number one, he said, I chose to remain silent all this time. I'm going to call him Jiggy for multiple reasons. One, it was advised by my attorney. Two, I wanted her to fully detail her account for that night so she can't make anything else up when the facts came out. Three, I was not going back and forth with her or millions of people. Four, I thought clearing my name would be a much quicker process, but it clearly wasn't. Five, I wanted to see how she was going to act after she said all that. Definitely not like no victim. Six, I just simply didn't know what was to come. It's the second one. I just really wish you kept this off the internet. You forced my hand. I just wish we could have handled this through police and thoroughly, but you decided to take the social media route and let people bash me for no reason. I never wanted to release anything. Three. This is her, Jova. She responded, you R-word me without consent, recorded me without consent. I didn't force ish, you effing loser. You did this to yourself. I left you alone after I exposed your ugly A-word. I really wish you kept this. Okay, so in the video, you see him hitting that. You see her looking and moaning and groaning like nothing. It was not the R word that she exclaimed. She wasn't asleep. She was fully aware of what was going on. And people kept sending it to me. I said, I'm going to talk about it today. This is why, you know what I'm saying, you cannot believe all women. You have to investigate at all. You have to believe, you know what I'm saying? I believe she gave him the punani because Kai didn't give it to her, and she gave it to the friend. And the friend know he ugly and know that he can get some clout being associated with Kai, and people will give you some punani. That's how it goes. It is what it is. And she was ashamed that she slept with him. And so she mad because she couldn't get the attention of Kai. So she concocted this story up on the internet saying that she regret doing it. And instead of her just admitting that she did and just move on, she said that I was our word. Kai, you kept it a secret. Kai didn't want to say nothing. He let his attorneys handle it. He paid for his friend attorney to handle it. She nothing. So now, months later, he released the tape. And thank God he recorded it because it cleared his name, because it totally tells a different story, that she was not our word, that this was a consensual account between two consenting adults. And she was mad that she gave some to a guy that she called ugly. Obviously, he wasn't that ugly because you were letting him hit that. You know what I'm saying? And so it clearly just cleared Jiggy's name. Honestly, it clears his name out of all of his name is cleared. He did not do it. You say he did. Now to the general public, you are a known liar because you didn't say nothing about a videotape. You knew he was recording because you're looking at the camera. You knew he was recording. You said I was knocked out sleep and he came on top of me. That's what you said. You know what I'm saying? So it just when I saw the video, I said, wow, this is literally clear his name. And of course, Twitter took the video down, but that don't stop people from screen recording. So if you really type it in and really look at it, you see him on getting it in with her, and he got the phone screwing her, and she's looking at the recording device, ain't running, ain't hiding, ain't screaming like, oh my God, she did none of that. Nothing what she said happened was not what I saw in that videotape. You know what I'm saying? So his name was clear. And like he said, I was forced to do it. You know what I'm saying? I was forced to put it out because this lady was lying on my name. Many people were saying all this stuff. And now he put it out there, months later. Like this happened in January of these accusations. We in May, and he held on to that for months and put it out there. And the reason I'm glad he put it out there in public consumption, because his name was being dragged publicly. It was being tried in the court of public opinion. That's why he wasn't arrested, because I believe, from my understanding, they said the police saw it. That's what cleared him. He didn't get arrested. He didn't get in charge. None of that. Like, they saw the video because they're going to ask you what happened. You saying this happened. They got to talk to him, and he had that videotape. That would clear them. And then, ma'am, you say you was asleep. So you ain't credible. You can't be something, I was knocked out, he was on, and then poof, the video come out, you wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So it came out that she was a known liar. And let me see what else she posted on her Twitter. Give me a second. Let me see. Let me see if she posts something else on her Twitter. Let's go. Let me go to her page really quickly, because she got dragged. Like, they was dragging her. Because I think she had made it private. Let me see if she unprivate her page. Because at first she privated it. Okay, and she unprivated it. Okay, now she posted on the 25th. She posted on the 25th. She said, imagine posting screenshots of own memes and Instagram caption, and legit everyone posted on social media just to discredit me. Posting revenge P word from an assault situation, knowing that the internet will respect me less because of it. Really using misogyny to your full advantage. Okay. All right. Did another person say, I thought you went to the police. What did I'm gonna see. Let me go right here. I thought you went to the police. What did they tell you? Is an investigation ongoing? Somebody said if she had gone to the police, none of this would have happened. Also, I just peeped. She got a OnlyFans. She probably had bro pay for the box. Yeah, she got OnlyFans too. Internet does not respect you less. The worst of the worst people from the worst quarters of might not, as if they do not matter. It's crazy how he basically posted proof of having with a sleepy. She wasn't sleepy in there at all. She was fully awake. I personally feel all right. That's what happened. Okay. This is something, man. Even DJ Academics did a video about it. So also told the interview on the phone the lights were off. How is that possible if the lights stayed on the entire time? The lights control was outside the room, so I couldn't just flick it on and off easily. He did an interview with, I think, with DJ Academics. So Kai, friend, and actual innocent, the girl lied on him. LOL, y'all was trying to cancel Kai because he didn't give him up right away. All right. So that's what happened, man. So he came with that receipt. All right. We definitely if I have the so I don't know if it's revenge, whatever, but when I'm glad he posted it, it cleared his name. It really did. Now the woman, she said to Kai, she said, I wanted to sleep with you. If I wanted to sleep with somebody, I wanted to sleep with you. I think she gave dude the box because she couldn't get Kai. You know what I'm saying? And she was embarrassed. and, he, and she paid it, that them allegations out on her. And he haven't been arrested. Man. I don't even know if she even cooperating with the police, but I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna call and see if it's still an open investigation, man. But yeah, he innocent. What y'all think, boy, in the chat? Let me know in the chat what y'all think. Innocent. Can't get mad. All right. Pure innocent. All right. So we got to talk about. Oh, do I still have that up? Ooh. Let's see. Oh no. I thought I had that up here. Okay, I want to talk about Bad Boy. All right. I don't have the pictures up. I thought I did, but I don't have it. Give me a second. All right. Hold on. I had it over here, Bad Boy. Give me a second. I had the picture up here, but I ain't gonna worry about it. All right. So this is Bad Boy's Texas review. Now, I watched last night episode, and I understand people say, "Oh my God, it's so boring." Last night episode was boring. I can tell this cast didn't really want to fight. The only people that showed up to deliver is Chef D. Chef D. This episode was Chef D. Like he was fighting Anthony. Anthony looked weak. Like the man showed up with a broken hand or a fragile hand. He looked sad. He was attacked. He was embarrassed. And Chef D just attacked him. because I think Chef D was like, listen, I'm on this show. I'm going to make sure I dominate. He is dominating the show. Like, for real, for real. Without him, it would have been boring. Without him and Jonathan, it would have been boring. Like, they are carrying the show on their back. You have to give it to him. Like, when I saw that last night episode, it was dope. Of course, you know, if he was smart, I would beat up Orlando Brown. You get more media attention, more clout. Or if you beat up the guy from B2K, you get more clout. Or the guy from Love and Hip Hop, you get more clout. You know, if I were them, I would whoop Orlando Brown. Okay. You know, but again, the show was dope. Like it could be better. Towards the end, it was dope. Like the beginning, it was boring. Like they was in the room. This is my room. This is your room. This is my. It was boring. Oh my God, this house is so big, boring. But towards the end, when Chef D and Anthony got into a fight, that's when it was entertaining. And then hopefully the next episode is entertaining. But you can tell like they're not willing to fight. And so the casting director, I understand why they brought, you know, Orlando Brown and they brought the guy from B2K. I get that to get people to watch, but they ain't delivering. Okay? They're not delivering. They could have left dude from B2K at home. They ain't delivering. It's so much they could do to make it better, but they ain't delivering. Like they just wasting screen time booking them. Orlando, I understand why they got Orlando. He does, you know, but I would have just had him on the show and got some other stars on there because baby, they ain't fighting enough. It's boring. All right. And I think they know it's boring. So they trying to juice up the fight towards the end. We will see about it, but they should have had, you know, Milan Christopher Friend, what's the dude name with the hair? They should have had him on there. Like, he should have been on that. He was talked about in the first episode. Like, he should have been on the cast. It would have been more authentic. Like, the room argument was last year. It was. So it was boring. But nevertheless, I would love to interview the cast, but they all want to be paid. They all want to be paid. They said, why ain't nobody talking about the show? Baby, them prices, Mo City, he want $500. And Mo City ain't in none of the drama. Most of his drama is off the show. He said $500. I counted it. It's $100 for a 15-minute interview, 15, 20 minute. He told me $500. And it goes up from other people. Chef D, 1,000. Orlando Brown, about 5,000. Carry On, he won a couple of thousand. And Carry On, they treated him bad in this season. They had him in a children room. You Kurt Franklin's son. So they all want to be, that's why they're not talking about it on YouTube. It hurts them in their brand because you're charging so much for interviews. The same thing, ain't nobody checking for Island Boy or his other friend. What was the other guy name? It was Island Boy. It was, what's his name? Hold on one sec. He's very attractive, by the way. Give me a second. Cash B. You know, nobody really talking about him. He's back on OnlyFans. He charged. And that's why Armand said he wasn't going to do it. He lied to the audience. Oh, they ain't booked. No. In order to get the cash, you have to pay. Because Bobby went to them and said, don't go on his show for free because he get paid. So they all want payment. And they charge Armand more because they know he got the money. That's why he's not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't even built their resume. Only person that should require payment is Orlando Brown. That's the only one. Period. and maybe the guy from B2K. But particularly Orlando Brown. He's the only one. Because his resume go all the way back to the 90s. You understand what I'm saying? He's the only reason why he's not in Hollywood and got movies up because he's unreliable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he paid Bobby. Yeah, Armand paid him. So, you know, he had to pay Bobby. And so now all the people want to be paid. And that's why Armand said no. Mm-hmm. He say no. He said he not doing it. You know what I'm saying? He came out. He said he not doing it because he's not paying. They charge him $5,000, and they prices go up for him on $5,000-$10,000. You know they're paying it. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Armand will make the money back because it instantly will go viral because he will give him a flight, hotel, interview him in the studio. That's how you get the bulk of your views. But he's not gonna do it. I understand what I'm saying. So when people keep, Wally, I will block your hind part. They're not caring if they want to be paid. Put a donation to it. We have a Cash App. We have a PayPal. We have a Zelle. Understand? If you want them on, hit the donation. They want to be paid. And I ain't talking about no $100. I told you most city want $500. $500. And I look at how I look at it. I look how much I make per video. I'm not making $500 on one particular video. So the max I can do is $100 because I'm guaranteed to make a profit. Understand what I'm saying? But $1,000, I never made $1,000 on one video. Never made $2,500, $3,000, $5,000 on one video. So I have to do it on what I bring to the table. I can't go by, it's not a guarantee to go viral. You know what I'm saying? The best thing I could do is 15, 20 minutes for $100. I think that's pretty reasonable because half of y'all don't know these people. You don't know who Mo City is. Who that? You know who Orlando Brown is. His name ring numbers. You know him from Death So Raven. You know him. But he want a lot of money. And I just don't have the budget. You know who Orlando is because you watch That's So Raven. You know what I'm saying? So Mo City, $100. $100. That's the best I can do. You know what I'm saying? Because my people don't know you like that. I'm just keeping it real. So I already know in 15, 20 minutes how I can do it. Understand what I'm saying? You would definitely get all the tea in 15, 20 minutes. You will be firing those questions. You can do it. Your best interviews was the one you had with the Chicago rappers beefing with each other. Yes. Unknown people. And that was on my for members only. You remember that? I know exactly who you talk about. You talk about Waikiki and with Diddy. And that was for free. Yeah, only one on the says not guaranteed that he will perform and make it go right. It's not a guarantee. I need these people in person because if you in person, it's things I can do. I can play with your craziness to make you say crazy stuff. I can, you know what I mean? But I need you in person. Understand what I'm saying? I like in-person interviews because we get you here, we can get you turned up. I can play with your craziness. You know what I'm saying? I could do different things to make you to manipulate you to let you go off, hit your hot button issues, and that's how you get to go viral. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yes, only Orlando Brown. Yeah, that's only I could guarantee. The same thing with like Jaguar Wright. You know what I'm saying? We will pay the $1,500, but it have to be under a contract, and then I must be able to interview right when you get outside the jailhouse. And I told her I will pay her 15. I will bail her out, but she got to be she got to give me some content. And soon when she get out, got to interview. Take you out. We got to use you for some content. And I'm guaranteed to make my $1,500 back. So, right when she get out of jail, they did it for Orlando Brown. Got him out and got him right into some content. That'll do the same thing with Jag. Soon she get out, you ain't got no car. We're going to drive you around. We're going to get some content. And the question you're going to ask is guaranteed to go viral. You understand what I'm saying? But that's only if she agree with the terms. Unless I want her back in Texas, I will bail her out. But I got to be able to use you for some content. I understand? Because I want that first reaction as soon as you get the bars. I'm in Texas. I'm here. I'll let her come to my place. Great content. Awesome content. I will have her right in my place and everything. We do some content. I don't mind her staying with me at all. The cameras will be rolling. All right. I'm right here in Texas. Multiple different content that will help my bottom line and also will help Jag. Okay. So only if she down with that. We both in the pool together. Okay. So having that, we go dinner together, we go do some content. And many of y'all will be right there, teaming up. Okay? And I'll be right there. So when she right with Wiley. All right? She's the content. I had the cameras rolling. We could do a road trip as long as I can tape it. So that's how that goes. All right. Bad Boys, Texas. That's the only reason why they haven't done no interview. Have y'all seen them do any interviews? Have y'all seen them do any interviews? When the last time you seen them do? Have y'all? Can somebody tell? Have they done any interviews? Can y'all hear me? Let me type in. Only one you see real life. They got 18,000. They ain't make their money back. That video got 18,000 views. They got more views with Jag. They paid for that interview. Only got 18,000 views. 27 comments, 170 likes. That's good numbers for the Wiley Show, but it ain't worth no $5,000. Because you ain't making 5,000 with 18,000 views. Okay, this is different. Part 2, this is different. Got 107,000. Now they got their money back. Orlando Brown Part 2 breaks into tears on troubled past legal issues. They got their money back. They got Part 1, they got their money back. Because when he talk about Chris Rock, Raven, they got their money back. So I would pay him the $5,000 because I will make my $5,000 back. But it will have to be in person. You see? So he's the only one that should be charging because you got 400,000 on Part 1. Part 2, you got 170,000. I mean 107,000. So about 500,000 views you got. That's good numbers for the Wiley Show. That will bring more subscribers, a different whole audience in. So yes. Yeah, Paul, looking at me. I think I can come up with the 5,000. I'm gonna have to come up with that. Yeah. Because it'd be different. But mine's would be with us facing each other. What y'all said in here. So yeah, it was worth it. But when he talked about Jonathan, the least amount of views, because we don't know nothing about no Jonathan. Orlando Brown resume is way bigger than Zeus. So when he get into his resume bag, the tea he can spill about the industry, wow. He's not that touch. He know how to get that bag. He ain't like Jag. He's a little touch, but he know how to get that bag. Okay? All right. So we will say about that. They all too, and that's why Orlando is the star, because he get more attention outside the show because he doing interviews. The rest of them, we ain't paying because we don't know them like that. Like Chef D, you're not known like that. Outside of these YouTube streets, they don't who? Chef what? Who that? So you need to bring them prices down and say $100. Because that's what you're worth. Understand what I'm saying? Let me see. And like most city, the same thing. You're not worth $500. No, you're not. You just not. All right. I'm just saying. What do y'all think? Y'all agree? Is they worth that? No. Orlando, yes, it's a proven record that he's bringing in the numbers, but they don't have that. Chef D don't have that. Neither does Mo City and the rest of the people. Not even the guy from B2K. Because he told me some things he don't want to talk about. If you can't talk about Raspy, if you can't talk about when you was touched, it's no conversation. If you don't want to talk about that, you can stay where you at. I got to be able to bring that up. I'm just saying. So I don't want to, I can't, I don't know why you letting your PR people tell you that. No. All right, let's move on. I'm just saying. You can't be Wiley, you can't talk about bruh. That's the main thing. Why not to talk about it? I talked to Chris Stokes about it. And you don't want to talk. We have to talk about it. I'm gonna mind my business, but I have to bring it up. All right. Let's move on. Now we're gonna get to this last subject here. All right. I want to make sure we talk about it all. All right. Let's bring Tasha K up. Now, we want to definitely shout out to my team and my sources. Tasha K apparently is having a hard thing with her marriage. Her and her husband is meeting with a marriage counseling team. Tasha is meeting with a divorce attorney. She is putting on a table for a divorce. This is a lot. This planned vacation is not really a planned vacation. This is Tasha trying to make her marriage work. They're going through with her marriage. And a lot of the strain of it is the lawsuit. It's causing a lot of stress with her and her marriage. It's a lot that she's dealing with. Checks are drying up. They are still, her YouTube check is about to go to Cardi. They're going after the app money as well. Tasha thought that will be protected, but it's not. And they're going after that as well. And also, Tasha is dealing with the tax debt. So it's a lot of multiple things that it's about to come out about Tasha. This is sad. I'm not saying it's to gloat, but when you look at the statistics, most people get divorced because of money, because of money trouble. That's why the most divorces happen, because the money ain't coming in like that, and because, Tasha K husband is tired of being accused that he could have stopped the video, took it down, which he could have, which he should have done as you look at it now, but he didn't. And so now it's a lot. It's a lot. Tasha K is fussing at him, blaming him about this, pretty much the downfall. She's definitely putting the blame out on him, but she is shopping around, going to a divorce attorney out there in Florida. She met with a divorce attorney out there in the Florida streets, and pretty much my source pretty much tell me that it's bad. It is really bad for Tasha K right now. She really, she don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And she is in a bind right now. She went on there with Auntie Hammy, tried to apologize to Cardi, was joking. It didn't work. Like, none of that worked. And from my understanding, Cardi don't want an apology now. It's whatever. You did this to hurt me, and I'm gonna hurt you and hit you in your pockets. So she's going through financially right now. It's gonna cost her a nice piece of money, because if she called for divorce, it's multiple different properties that is pretty much going to be under. They don't own like a property. They don't own the house. It's owned by the bank. the company is worth nothing right now because most of the revenue that the company was accumulating is going to Cardi B. This is sad because Tasha and her husband, uh, had an agreement where they was going to do movies. They were setting themselves up to go into production. Him and Larry was going to finance some of the projects that Tasha wanted to get into. Great idea. Tasha wanted to get into acting. She was going to have her own studio, but it backfired because not only did not get Larry Reid investment, but they're not getting any investments for that project. Tasha definitely financed a deal with shows to get shows on the app, but she can't get any more. She ran out of money because they didn't think that Cardi B was going to come so quickly with the money, but she came very fast. And that's definitely when Tasha was in negotiations to get more shows on her app. But when the money came up, she can't do it. So most of the shows on there is like D-list, A-list type of material because Tasha really tried to get some stuff licensed on there, some big shows on there, but unfortunately she ran out of money. And so with the divorce lawyer, she's trying to say, well, maybe that'll protect some of my assets, but it's not because both were sued. So y'all both got to take on the debt. So you just can't say, oh, I'm a divorce. It's all you know. Tasha was named in the suit. Her husband was named. The business was named. Everything was named in there. So even divorcing him, y'all still got to pay the debt that's owed to Cardi. So, now it's just really sad. Like it's really affecting Tasha. Like her health has been affected. She's in and out of the hospital. She is getting to her. Like this is really sad. It's really sad for Tasha as going through this. But this could have all been avoided. You know what I'm saying? And now once the judgment come up and the proof is going to be a bankruptcy, divorce, all that's going to happen. And we just been watching the site like all day today. We've been watching the site because it updates me when the judge give his order. And once he give that order, that's it. Like it's a domino effect. Divorce, bankruptcy, because she have to prove to our audience, hey, I'm going through, hit the Cash App, hit the GoFundMe, buy my t-shirts, buy my merchandise. She's going to have some, in order for this to work, she got to manipulate the audience. She got to show the audience, listen, I'm getting a divorce. I'm broke. I got to file bankruptcy. So that'll make her audience give more and watch more. She's going to pull the sympathy card. She's going to say, I'm a black woman. I'm under it. She got to pull every card that she can pull. And that's just definitely going to happen. Even though she go get dragged, she don't want to get dragged, but she's going to be forced. And I'm the only content creator with common sense, with a source, and she don't like it. And they're starting to talk. People that wasn't really talking to me, they're talking to me now. And they flat out said she's meeting with a divorce attorney. She's meeting with the bankruptcy team, bankruptcy lawyers. And it's money that she have to spend. You know what I'm saying? And that's like a stalling tactic. Money that she's going to have thousands of dollars that she's going to have to spend on the bankruptcy lawyer and the divorce lawyer. And then plus you got Cardi B going to fight it tooth and nail, and Cardi B got money to just do it. Unfortunately, Cardi made a lot of money, a lot of bread that she get, a lot of royalty checks that she get it in. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely going to happen. And now Tasha, she had a meeting with Michael, and let's talk about the library. It ain't working, honey. Your story trumps the library. You're the biggest story right now. So it just trumps that, and tricked him out of the Jaguar. I want to talk about Wiley Life. It ain't gonna happen. Library or sue for $4 million. What's the biggest story? By Cardi B. Cardi B is the biggest story. You know what I'm saying? And I have sources that send me information. And Tasha know I'm telling the truth because let's talk about Wiley. Wait. Like, because I have people that talk to me. Understand what I'm saying? And we have people that are spilling tea and saying all this stuff. They say that quote unquote vacation is not a vacation. That's her trying to handle a crisis in her personal life, her health, you know what I'm saying? And also, she's trying to combat with this thing with Cardi B, and it's hurting her. It is hurting her. It is hurting her bad. It is hurting her bad. And from my understanding of the sources saying, they said Wiley is affecting her. It is affecting the marriage, and the husband can't deal with it because he's being blamed. But I blame him too. And the only reason why I blame Mr. Kibi is because he got, power of the show. Meaning that he's uploading videos, he's editing videos. He got power to the channel. He could have deleted it. All this could have been resolved. He could have done poof, deleted that. Deleted the heart, deleted it all. You got the power. That was weak. You could have put your foot down, even though she would have been pissed. But in the long run, it would have saved y'all money. Y'all would be out here producing movies, short films, directing, all of that. Y'all would have got to y'all million. Y'all would have had the YouTube bag, the sponsorship bag, the bingo bag. Y'all have multiple bags just coming in. But because y'all took this risk and decided to say, oh, we just going to drag Cardi B because she got the money to afford the therapy, it backfired. That was a bad business move. A terrible business move. And he regretted every single day because he cannot control his wife. He can't check her. She's different. She's spicy. She this. It just so happened she just got y'all in the $4 million in debt. And it's going to take more money because when you file bankruptcy, you got to pay them lawyers. They ain't going to do it for free. And you got to pay some damn good ones because them creditors, and Cardi B is technically a creditor, she's going to fight it. So you're going to be in bankruptcy court fighting it. It ain't going to bankrupt Cardi because Cardi can go on a tour. She got money just staying home. You're going to be bankrupt. Understand what I'm saying? So when I saw this, and when all this stuff happened, it's going to happen. I told you, she's going to have to let them employees go. She don't want to do it. That's the only way to show your audience that you typically don't have it. Because you can't show your audience and say, I ain't got it. I'm in the bind, Nate, but you're paying thousands to each employee. You have a bare minimum of 5 employees that you pay twice a month. About 5 employees. So you can't come to your audience and say you broke, but yet you're paying payroll for 5 people. You can't go to bankruptcy and paying all this money and then say you ain't got it. So you have to prove to them that you can't keep payroll, that you gotta let go some people. Understand what I'm saying? That's just like when companies file Chapter 13. When they file that, that's it. Next thing coming is bankruptcy. And you got to let go, and you about to shut some stores down. Understand what I'm saying? And she have to keep the business going because that's her only source of income. She don't have rental properties. She don't have that. Like, we have multiple rental properties. We thought she had that. She don't. And it's just sad. It's really, really sad. The only property that she had was like the house, but she don't own it. And Cardi B got something against that. So now it's just bad all the way around with Tasha K. Absolutely. It's so sad. And so now she's going through all of this stuff. And so now she got to pay money to fight it. More money she don't have. In my estimations, They told me it's thousands of dollars more, like 30 to 40 grand, 50 grand that she got to pay the bankruptcy lawyers because it's going to happen. All right. And she really thought Cardi B was playing, and she's not playing. You know what I'm saying? And all kinds of creators with common sense, they know how far to go now. That's why Larry Reed dropping stories, he ain't dissing preachers no more, exposing because he know about the lawsuit. It's expensive. And they're going to come out the content creators with money. And that's why Larry Reed to this day don't talk about preachers like that, like he used to. You had King Jives, he did it and got slapped with a lawsuit that he can't afford to pay. He can't even afford to pay the lawyers. He don't even have a lawyer. He ain't got the money. So sad for Tasha K. But homegirl, she had the chance to take it down, but she didn't do it. And so now she got to deal with this. That she got to deal with the results of it. So sad. She getting divorced. That's allegedly. I know the divorce, and I know the bankruptcy's happening. Once that judgment come, garnishment, she's going to have to file it. Understand what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So that's just how that goes. So that's how Tasha K had to happen. And you know, we will see it. And then once the announcement come, y'all can come right back. Oh, Wiley, yeah, gonna happen. Because she never wanted people to know that they was coming after the YouTube checks. But like Radar Online, those other people, they do it. Like they go and get the court documents. Like it's posted on there, and they post it on these platforms. And now the judge got he's going to make that decision, and once he approve it, her next step is bankruptcy. You're getting stuff off, garnish your checks is gone. Like if they get they're holding her Google check. Like Google got that $9,000, they holding it and until a quarter, and then the judge say, okay, you can give Cardi that 9,000. That's hurting her because that's your income. That's how you are paying for your employees and your rent and stuff. That's $9 grand, and they're going after the app money. Understand what I'm saying? And you already have deals on the table that you're trying to do to keep it going, and they come after that hurts your bottom line. You ain't gonna be able to pay for no flights, no hotel. They take, let's just say, for instance, she make this is just my estimations of judging how many people watched the live. At one point I saw 800 people watching her live. Okay, so give me a second. 800 people times $12.99. That's $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month. So if she grabbed that 10,000 plus that's $19,000 gone. Understand what I'm saying? That's $19,000 gone. And she probably make more in the app. Let's just say she got 1,000 people in the app paying $12.99. That's $12,000. $12,990. You know? Understand what I'm saying? So it's hard to budget when most of your income going to another person. No, she's monetized. That's another line. Thank you, Destiny. Wiley, when she was talking to Auntie Hammy, she said she's not monetized. She said that her status is yellow. I don't know. She's lying. You know, the lies that she tell, oh, I ain't monetized. But I have text messages of her showing that her stuff is green, 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 green. We'll drop that later on. I gotta go to my other device and get it. You know, the lies that she tell. Oh, because she's saying that to respond to Armand because Armand said the woman only made $9,000. You know what I mean? The woman only made $9,000. So now she is saying, oh, well, it's yellow. No, it's not yellow at all. You only made 9,000. And that's a very low number for 1 million subscribers. Understand what I'm saying? For 1 million. Made 9,000. Because y'all kept saying, get a lot. It ain't about the subscribers, dummy. Just because you got 1 million, most of them people not even watching your content anymore. Understand what I'm saying? She's getting the same amount of views when Armand got 177,000 subscribers. That's a dumb move. It ain't about the subscriber number. It's about the views. $9,000 check. And we only a couple of $1,000s away from making 9,000 with 30,000 subscribers. So I was shocked. I'm like, damn, she only made 9,000? And Armand dragged her for it. And she sent Auntie Ham, but Auntie Ham ain't strong enough for Armand. It don't hit the same. Understand what I'm saying? So when she went to Auntie Hammy, because Auntie Hammy be dragging Armand, but it don't hit the same. It don't. When Auntie Hammy talk about Armand, she don't get no views. She don't. No views at all. And so when Armand dragged her and said, you only make $9,000, I don't want that mentorship. $9,000, that mentorship, I don't want. You only make $9,000. I make more than that. Not the lady that was posting Storm income. Not the lady that $9,000. He dragged her. But she can't speak about him because she don't want to give him no clout. Now, why you ain't addressing that? You can't. That's a low number compared. You have 1 million subscribers. You mean to tell me you only making $9,000? That's a nice piece of money a month, but for her, that is low. And for somebody to take that, and about to take the app money, she had no insurance to cover this. She didn't have it. No insurance to cover it. No insurance to cover it. Someone said this quote, she's not really bringing the content that she used to bring. She strictly started bringing content over to her app. Then the judgment against her, yikes. Yes. So if y'all want to call in 972-674-9462, if y'all want to call in, call in. But that's what happened. It's so and she tried to bring it was a snooze fact. Her content not hitting the same because her strategy was dragging celebrities' salacious lies. That's good, but everybody gonna be like, what's the next celebrity you gonna lie on? She ain't doing it. It ain't hitting. And it didn't hit. And she thought that app was gonna be a success. It ain't hitting. Because soon when the app come out, you haven't even done 5 years app. You've been slapped with a $4 million judgment. So it's challenging and it's difficult. Then Tasha K tried to go back to her roots. She need allies. She don't have it anymore because most of the people they talk about Jack. They don't talk about Tasha anymore. Which bloggers really talk about Tasha like they don't do it anymore. They don't. Hello. Hold on 1 second. Hello.
This Wiley Show?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but that's because my TV down because seems like I was calling when you out for something. You on, right?
Yeah, I'm on now. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Good to hear from you.
Yes.
You know the old people. You know how y'all talk about the old people. It sounds like y'all don't want us on there, but I watch you because I like it, not because my age. But anyway, let me say this. I thought that you couldn't file bankruptcy if you have a judgment against you.
No, you can still file. That don't necessarily mean it's gonna get approved. Like it's a stalling tactic. You know what I'm saying? If they start garnishing the wages, then she could tell Google, "Hey, this is a bankruptcy. Hey, y'all got to start the garnishment." So it's a stalling tactic that she can. It's a stalling tactic. Would it get approved? No, I don't think it's gonna get approved. Like saying they're gonna wipe it out. Absolutely not, because Cardi gonna say, "Hey, no, this debt you got with me was malicious intent that it should not be cleared in the bankruptcy." So that'll be another fight. But what can happen? She can tell her creditors that when the stuff get garnished to stop the garnishment and say, "Hey, I have a case number. It's in bankruptcy." And then once you get the final call from that, then that's how that's going to happen. So it's gonna be a stalling tactic that Tasha K is going to use. She's going to have to use it because once they start garnishing your check, you got to, you know what I'm saying?
But Wiley, don't they have to leave her with some kind of money to live? Just can't take it all like that.
I believe they could take it all. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, they can garnish a lot of her money. You know, it's sad. It is so sad that if it approved you taking $9,000 of her Google check, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
And the last time I looked up Cardi B's what you call it, her money with the network. Last time I looked it up, and that's probably been a while ago, it was like 60 million. It's probably more than that now.
Yes, that she's worth. You know, she's worth a lot of money. And this is gonna hurt, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna hurt Tasha K, and it's hurting her. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately.
But you know, Wiley, when this first happened, I don't know what happened, but Tasha K did have money because I looked up her money too, and she had $6 million. Then when this stuff started to happen, I looked it back up. She had $2 million, so she took it out. So she could have paid this girl at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't think that she have it. It's just so sad that, you know, this is happening. You know what I'm saying, in this situation. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, oh. And a lot of people are gonna feel sorry for it, you know what I'm saying? But me, I don't feel sorry for it.
But can't she go have a meeting with Cardi B and her lawyers and things, and can she make another deal with that because she don't have no money?
They ain't gonna do that.
They're not gonna do it.
No. The people that's over there.
Well, I was right with you. I was right with you when
they take they gonna take up for everything.
She was gonna win. Remember when you were saying she gonna win?
Yeah, I said she's gonna win. I was sell some chicken that she don't win.
I was gonna be with Wiley. I was right with you saying she gonna win. And people was coming at me. They were saying she's lying. I was saying she's not lying.
So
woo.
It's so bad, you know, for her because it's affecting her health. She can't go live like that. The bingo thing went, you know, it's not enough. She, you know, it's a lot that Tasha K is going through in her marriage and her health, and now her finances.
She can sue that lawyer because that ain't the right lawyer. You don't supposed to take that case. She got the wrong kind of lawyer. That lawyer was a criminal lawyer when I looked her up and read it.
You think so?
It's not a criminal case.
So, you know, Tasha said, I'm not going to sue. That's another lengthy process that she's going to have to. She don't have the resources to do that. She don't even have the resource to pay Cardi. You talk about going through that, but it's sad. And I know it's a lot of winos that, you know, upset about this, but clearly they telling me, Wiley, the content ain't the same. It's boring now.
No, it's not. I got off of there when I stopped watching because this too much for me. If you lying on people and stuff like that, I couldn't do it no more. I just watch you. That's it.
Yeah,
I got away from that.
A lot of people not watching her anymore. They just really, really not. And it's, you know, she's about to she just wow, like it's a lot for Tasha.
I don't understand that because they say zodiac signs, and me and Tasha K had the same sign. Okay, if somebody do something to us, yeah, we're gonna go off real good. But then if we find out we wrong, our sign Pisces, then we're gonna admit we wrong. So, but I don't see her doing that.
No.
So we different like that. But yeah, good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. I like watching you. I watch you most often.
Yes.
I have my grandson last night. So one said he said these old people, they ain't got no old people on here on my channel. I said, but he got to realize old people watch them too because TV. We watch TV too, and now more people watch YouTube and stuff like that than they do TV.
Yes. So that yes, absolutely. And I love you so very much.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you some stuff. I got to find your PO box.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I got like a book I'm gonna send you, and then when I go to the T-shirt, I know you like those T-shirts. I'm gonna pick up some of those.
Oh, okay.
And send it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
then,
very
like, I can't go nowhere with y'all because y'all young. I probably send you some money to help you let somebody else go.
Okay. Well, I
I
love
do it
that.
that way.
I love that. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Love you,
All right.
man.
Well, let somebody else talk to you. I
Okay.
didn't took up some time. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank
Bye
you so
bye.
very. Bye bye. Oh wow. Anybody else want to call in? Let me see. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey Wiley,
Welcome.
how you doing?
Doing wonderful. Go ahead.
It's Jazzy.
Jazzy, welcome.
How you doing today?
Doing wonderful.
I just wanted to apologize for acting crazy on your Zoom not too long ago.
No word. Don't apologize. It was great. I love it.
You know, we was in there acting a fool. We was having fun, like
Yeah.
the first whatever.
The first
Like I
whatever.
think we was for like an hour, and then I don't know, everything went left. But I just wanted to make sure,
It
I
was
ain't gonna
good.
do it again if you don't want
Oh,
me to.
it was fine. It's water under the bridge. It was actually a great show. In my humble opinion, it was good.
Yeah, I wanted to ask though, with this Tasha K thing,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you think, as far as from what you can see with the way that YouTube is going now, how do you think this is going to affect content creators and the way that they report on their stories? Because a lot of what the people are interested in is, gossip about all the different entertainers. Does this mean that you have to leave out information? Does this mean that you have to get your information vetted? Does this mean you can't go and get,
Mm-hmm.
people from other places to give you information? Like, how does that even work anymore? Because now at this point, it almost seems as if people are even afraid to even talk about a lot of these entertainers now.
Well, for me, I think that if you want to be what Tasha K did, you have to have a legal defense fund to fight it. Unfortunately, you got to know how far it goes. If you get a cease and desist letter, okay, you could take it down. You got to understand how to pick your battles. Tasha was in front of the court. The judge said, I think you need to settle. She refused. So Tasha had multiple opportunities to take the video down. She didn't do it. So, like the Shade Room, let's use them as example. They posted something about 50 Cent having have peen surgery to enlarge his peen. They brought the person on there and she said, I did the surgery for 50 Cent. 50 Cent sued the Shade Room and they settled. They recanted, they apologized and made a public post, but he sued them. Angie could have been petty. I wipe my with a cease and desist like Tasha. They could have did all of that. But no, Angie got the cease and desist. The lawyers came to the Shade Room. They sat down with an agreement where they recant what they said about 50 Cent and paid 50 Cent something, and they recanted and took down the post, and they moved on. But they could have did what Tasha did and said, no, I'm gonna wipe my butt with that on my kids. We going with my lawyers. Is gonna do this, but no, they just went on and settled. She didn't do it.
Yeah, because I kind of felt like it was almost inevitable at that point, because when she first came out, she did the story with Steve Harvey's ex-wife, Mary Harvey. And then she did the R. Kelly thing. And she seemed to have, like, I guess you could call it good luck with being able to get those stories visible. But it almost seemed as if what happened with Cardi was kind of like karma. You know what I'm saying? She broke Wendy Williams' story, and I feel like, the story that she put out about Wendy Williams kind of aided in Wendy Williams' downfall. Because a lot of us didn't even know anything about her marriage until then. But um, I don't know. It's wild. But I just wanted to call. I really
I
just wanted to
agree.
apologize.
It's her karma. And this taught her lesson. You got to know when to pick your battles. Unfortunately, she picked a losing battle. And her husband, unfortunately, his weakness did, the last defense was her husband, and he was compromised. He just went with her, like, baby, okay. And that decision was bad as they look at it now. And she don't have any allies. Storm used to be an ally of her. He dumped her. And she don't have it. Remember, back in the day, Tasha K was dominating this sector. Not anymore. She don't have the clout like she used to have.
She was very influential.
She was very influential. She can come on, hop on many lives. It ain't happening anymore. And the reason why she ain't doing no tour, because she's afraid that they're going to ask her about her getting divorced, her being bankrupt, all of these type of things. And now all she have to do is be in the bushes and watch the Wiley Show. And be in the bushes. She's watching everything because she loved to hear about herself. She just don't like to get dragged. And then a couple of days, you're gonna see her go on other lives to drag Wiley. That's gonna be like to switch the narrative when she get the judgment. When the judge say, "Oh no, you got to pay that," she gonna start a controversy on Wiley because she watches, and you can tell she watches because she's gonna throw. Oh, what Peaches said to she gonna throw Peaches' name up in there,
Yeah, but I heard. Okay, so is this true? I heard that you content creators, you can see who all is on your channel when you go live.
No, you can't. Like, you can't.
You can,
Absolutely not.
okay,
No.
you can't see like the our little tag names and everything.
No, you can
can't
see you can see whoever's in the chat. You can see who comment, but you can't see who watching. You can't. We got 513 people watching, and Tasha K is one of her staff is one of them. They all watching. Like, how do he know all this? Because your people is talking. So, and in what she does, she go to her minion, but she don't have a strong minion. Storm was very strong because he had the numbers, but he's compromised.
They don't even get along.
They don't get along. That was her strongest ally, and he dumped her. It hurt him in the views. Yes, it did. I think he needed the Tasha K. If he was smart, I would make up with Tasha K just to get that audience back. You know what I'm saying? If I was Storm,
I don't know.
Or they need to have a conversation. Storm and Tasha need to have a conversation on his show. He apologized to Armand, and Armand dragged him, called him DL and everything. It was Armand really with his allegations that made everybody look at Storm being in the down low. He never recovered from that. So if you can go bow down and apologize to Armand, why you can't talk to Tasha, a lady that painted your bed? I mean, not painted your bed, but your walls, gave your mama a bed because of her twisted back and did all this type of stuff for your mama. You might as well get on there. See, I think with Storm, it was bad for him because Tasha got him to get and destroyed him. And typically, then we found out that when his name, he changed his name. So it's just like a lot. It destroyed Storm, and he couldn't fight back. He just got destroyed. He got double teamed. Storm ain't he's not that type of person that know how to fight back with. He's the type of person you could just take his lunch money and he'll just take it. And he's just that type of brother.
Well, I mean, but even I don't know.
That's
now
Storm.
That we know how much she makes every month, I don't think if I was Storm, I wouldn't want to team back with her either. Because if she's only making $9,000 a month,
well, Storm made more. Storm made a lot of money under Tasha K leadership, and he made some of the best type of money. He make less money now without Tasha K. These are facts. He wish that he could make 9,000. He don't even make that anymore. So when Armand talked how he talked, Armand make more than Storm, but Storm got more subscribers. We know that don't matter with subscribers. And he know that. He thought that, okay, let me get under Armand to get his audience. No, player, they ain't gonna come watch you because they already know you weak. They say you on the down low. And he don't know what to do. Like Storm is confused of what he want to do for his content. He don't know if he want to be in the white community or black. He don't know what he want to do now. It's like he trying to revamp. It ain't working. He's not making
Okay.
right. Thank you, okay. He not making the 9,000 a month. That's why he didn't say nothing to Armand Wiggins about what he makes. He's not making that anymore.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Storm
mm,
should have done. He should have kept dragging Armand. He could have stand up for black women. He should have stayed with Tasha K and stayed with the Jaguar right corner. That was your bag
yeah.
right there. Because
Yep. It sure wasn't.
as you look at it now, you wish you had the Jaguar right connection in the interviews with Jag. You wish that you had the Tasha K, her coming on there, giving you exclusive, because you need it now. Storm lived a very high, expensive lifestyle, and now you can't travel on first class anymore. You got to downgrade your apartment. And to be honest, you just need to get out of that building, period, and get you a raggedy little one bedroom. You know what I mean? Because
Get you a Zeus apartment.
when he did have the money, he should have listened to Tasha, pay off your student loan debt, and buy property. He should have done it. He didn't do it. See, when we make the 20, 40, 60, 70,000, when the big money coming, you think I'm gonna be still, yes, I'll be still renting, but I have rental properties.
Mm-hmm.
So if the YouTube, let's just say for instance, I dropped them views, I still got $5, $10, $15, $20, 20,000 coming from multiple rental properties or multiple flips. What they did, they just rent apartments. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna be rent an apartment paying $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. That ain't me. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm paying it because I look like I'm making another. How my mind work, I'm making my landlord richer. I want to own and rent out these places, and I can always eat, and I don't have to just depend on YouTube. I can take multiple breaks because YouTube it's a funnel for my rental properties and my other aspirations, my other investments. And that's what Storm should have did. Now he can't do it because he don't have the capital. He don't have it.
Yeah, he's probably just doing it for the tax write-off. But I also wanted to ask you because you talked about him.
He wants strategic. Go ahead, man.
Is it true that he does OnlyFans?
He have OnlyFans, but it ain't hidden because only for the OnlyFans to work, they want to see you screw. They tired of you playing with your meat. Okay, who are you gonna screw, a woman or a man? Technically, you would make more money screwing a man than a woman. I'm just being honest with you. I told you, if him and Von Ray were to do a video together, that's a moneymaker right there. Him squirting all over his body with bullet holes, that's a moneymaker right there. That's why he abandoned the OnlyFans because nobody viewed it because I just want to do some. No, bruh, you already know why we over here in OnlyFans. We want to see you screw a man or screw Love Jones.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we just don't want to see you. Okay, we see you playing with your chicken. All right, when you gonna screw?
I think that could be good content for him, like a dating show where we kind of just.
He could do a dating show with Love Jones. Yes, I would get engaged with her. I would have dating, our relationship that could help him in his brand and everything like that. But like I said, I thought he hit Love Jones. I don't think he hit that. I don't think he can get turned on by Love Jones. I can guarantee you he didn't get turned on by it. Guarantee you. Because she went on, did her show. He went on, did his show. I don't think he got turned on. I think he got nervous. Oh my God, I'm so shy. I would have tore that up in that room. I'd have tore it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he knew how to do it. I think that he was nervous. I think that he didn't do it. He's too busy trying to travel because he living a double lifestyle. And then he spent some, and then he got to come on YouTube and do multiple videos because you just wasting. What you traveling for with a secret life? So just come out the closet. All that traveling for, and then he got to go live with 3, 4, 5 videos a day because he living a whole double lifestyle.
Understand? You know what? I think the people want to know. Like, I think he would have really good content if he would just like do a dating show, and not necessarily with any one particular person, but just like,
have a dating show. Yeah, be real. Have
Yeah,
white folks
and so
on there because he like white men and white girls. Get his white fraternity brothers on there about him being the only black guy, because that's who he truly is. He's not a typical black person that grew up in the hood with black people. His identity was with white folks. He grew up with white people. He went to school with white people. The man joined a white fraternity. He didn't join no black one. He joined the white people. He was the only black. Yes.
What's the name of it?
I forgot the name of his fraternity. Like, he did a story to, if it's still up, you guys, y'all can give it to me. But he joined a white one. Yes.
I wonder if he was on the steps thing.
He joined a white one. Come on, Stormy. And he changed his name to Storm Monroe, like, to some white. Like, he want to be white, because for him, because he tell his testimony, he never identified with, because black people, especially black women, they thought he was a nerd. You just be good. The people in the hood ain't gonna be giving Storm no play unless he a gang member, a thug, robbing folks, jacking on my credit, hitting me in my face. You know, of course they ain't gonna deal with Storm buying them flowers. He too nice. Women like dudes that's unpredictable. They like some women. I don't know about y'all. Y'all grown now. Y'all fully grown, but y'all had an urge where y'all didn't. You like the Pookie and Ray Rays. Let's be honest. You know, you good now because you got a family. You grown, but back in the day, you love you a little Pookie and a little Ray Ray. Bad credit, felonies, and chase him in and out of jail and call him from jail. You had it under your breast, the drugs under your breast, under your bra, and stuff like that. That's just, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So a lot of women didn't pay Storm no way. That's why he overdo it with his body. He showed his pain because he didn't get the respect when he was coming up. He still don't get the respect now.
Yeah, all that baby oil he be wearing every damn time he come on the screen.
He got to put all that. He used to show soon he started losing the weight, he started showing his body. He's overdoing it because he never got the support, and he's still not getting it what he thought, and it ain't helping his platform. You know what I'm saying?
I think,
yeah, he used to work out. Now he gained the weight back and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Because I remember, I didn't watch him that much, but the one time I did, he did the whole show with no shirt on.
He did the whole show with no shirt on. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I was like, who's interested in seeing? Like, I don't know. I'm a heterosexual woman. I like men, but there's just something about him that doesn't do it for me. Like, I don't find him. Most men, if they work out and they, got muscles, they're attractive. But it's just something about him that's a little awkward and a little weird that makes me kind of think like, something's not right, or he's not, the type that would go for.
Yeah. So that's just how it is with him. You probably can't afford those expensive gyms. It's expensive. Like, he lived a very expensive life. That's why I thank God I live very modest. You know what I'm saying? My one little crept up apartment. I never lived beyond my means. I got the same little car that has been paid off. Get the little oil change. I don't try to keep up with the Joneses. You understand what I'm saying? He lived in a very expensive building with a staff that's too expensive, and then them checks got less and less. Got expensive cars. You know what I'm saying? You lived a very expensive life. You didn't put them investments right. You didn't. Now, Tasha did give him good advice by owning property. This man was renting houses, and then he left the house that he was renting, that Vaughn and Chelsea was living in, and then he started renting out that apartment. Very expensive, paying $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 in rent. And then he downgraded to something cheaper. But you the one that live in this very high, expensive house. And then now he trying to talk about Jaguar to get the Jaguar views, but he want the Jaguar interview, and she told him no. She's not coming on the show.
Oh yeah, she used to talk real crazy about him. Like, after they fell out, oh my God. The stuff she used to say about him was so crazy.
And so
I can't remember half of it, but it was so disrespectful. Like, what happened? Like, I thought it was just him falling out because of Tasha K. I didn't know.
He fell out because of Tasha. Instead of him keeping quiet, he picked up Tasha K battle and it backfired.
Oh. Well,
Because then right
well,
after
I'm gonna
that,
get off.
Tasha started dragging Storm Mama. Said she was trash. Said she had a bad back. Had to buy your mama a bed. What B can't afford a bed? I bought the B a bed. That's what he said. She said that about his mama. Tasha K is ruthless. She dragged his mama. That B couldn't even afford no bed. I bought the B a bed for her raggedy back. Then Storm told her about a relationship. He was with a female and some of all that dragged her in it. Because Storm started telling his personal business, told Tasha that he changed his name, and then Tasha kept all the information and sent it to another YouTuber. He told all that. And she used everything he told her against him, and it destroyed his image.
Oh, Lord.
And now Storm interviewing a white woman. It ain't helping his platform. He interviewed white folks. Like, what? Your audience is not white people. Like, we rarely talk about white celebrities. This is a black urban show. Urban. He interviewed somebody. They ain't gonna be receiving that. Because he do it because that's what he like. He love talking to white people. He eat with white people. He go to their home. They say the N-word around him. And you know what I'm saying? The N-word. He laugh and call him N-word. He talk white with the white people. He's a white. When he go out of town, the reason why he don't show the pictures because most people he hang around with is white folks. He don't want to show the pictures of him going skiing with white people. He go with white folks. Everybody's white. They eat chicken with no season. It's all with white people. Oh, he go all the white people. They go camping. Ain't nobody black people really going camping. They sing at camping and stuff like that. You know, that's why he don't show his real friend because most of them is white. And they don't too much like us type of black people. They deal with Storm because he's a good black. He keep quiet. He let us say the N-word. And so that's what it is. So most of it, I guarantee most of the vacation is with his white friends. And he's very secretive. He was ashamed of his sister. He found out he got a sister. He got family out here. He's so secretive. And Tasha was spilling all his tea. And she did it so wise. She did it with another guy to bait him in the beef. And the person took part of his market share.
Okay, raisins in the potato salad.
Yeah, that's literally that Storm Monroe, and that's with all the white people. That's what he is. Most of his people is white. You know, most of inner circle is white people. You know what I'm saying? He don't really identify with the black experience. I can't be mad at him, but he tried to shy away. But in the beginning stages, he used to talk about his white experience, and Armand used it to trash him. So now he's somewhere watching. He's another person. He watches the Wiley Show. But why be ashamed of your wife? If you got white friends, ain't nothing wrong with it. Show your white friends. Bring them on camera. If you got white people, show them. Show the Becky with the good hair and everything like that. Show them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you got white people, just your friend. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with having white people your friend. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong.
He said the blacks were bullying. Yep, he said that about the blacks were bullying. Absolutely, he did say that. Absolutely. So
I hope he comes out the closet. Well, I guess I can't say that.
I don't think I think that he would necessarily not come out the closet because I think Storm is a very secretive person. And so you have secrets, when you get exposed, it hits you hard because you kept it a secret. That's why he does his dirty work outside his city because he can't do this in Atlanta. He'd have been got exposed. So he traveled. Most of the men that he deal with, they're not black. They're white men.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's spending money on them. So he live a whole nother identity. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he goes to New York. He goes to Arizona, dealing with his white piece. He'd be tearing it up.
Sure.
Tearing it up. Tearing them cheeks up.
You think that's why he always be talking about Wonder Bread? Like he always calls him Wonder Bread.
Yeah, he Wonder Bread. That's what he taught. He all his white experience and stuff like that. And that's why he can't deal with Love Jones because she ain't white. She black. All that black goodness, he ain't gonna want that pasta that didn't have no season on it. And she was blonde and white. Then maybe he would have tuned that up. But he ain't done Love Jones. She just wasted her time cooking, all that cooking, and she thought she was gonna get some bean, then get nothing. He didn't even smell it or touch it. He probably fingered it. Did he finger it, Paul? I don't know if he fingered it. He should have fingered it. I don't know what he did. But I know she left disappointed.
Maybe if she used more mayonnaise, less salt and pepper and seasoning.
I don't know what it was, but that is stormed. You know what I'm saying? And it's so sad. It's really, really sad.
Well, Wiley, it's been nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you. Love you.
Oh, love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, now we just got some updated word about Jamie Foxx. We just got some updated stuff about Jamie Foxx. So apparently, you guys, they are saying that his friend, I don't know how true it is, so I'm gonna just read it. Let's bring her down. That this is what a friend that Jamie Foxx wrote. Jamie Foxx friend wrote this. Good morning, IG. I need y'all to constantly keep our beloved brother Jamie Foxx of whom we all love and are very deeply in our hearts, mind, and prayers. We need you back, Jamie Foxx. You're a fighter, strong and resilient. So I know you're fortitude. You're not going out like that. As I always say, a true champion isn't the one that wins. It's the one that meets and overcomes adversity. Your tests become your testimony. We all can't wait to receive your back home to celebrate, laugh with, and applaud you. With the mercy from Allah, the creator of heavens and earth, of Allah, I come before you yet once again, humbly asking, please heal and restore our brother. Jamie Foxx stronger and better than before. I have absolutely no shame in asking, pleading, and begging for your merciful healing powers over our brother. Now is your time, not ours for a miracle. I must and will thank you in advance, your gracious, humble servant. Is it Kareem? Okay, aka Charlie Mack. Amen. And that is what they said. Don't stop praying. They're pretty much putting it out there. Jamie Foxx allegedly takes a turn for the worse as his friend begged for a miracle. So y'all pray for Jamie Foxx. Because it's so sad, man. Pray for him, brothers and sisters. Pray for Jamie. Keep him in your prayers. Let me see. I'm gonna tell my team to put that on the website. Give me a second. Let me send it to him. Oh, let me do this. That needs to be an article. Let me see. All right. Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, it's Tasha K, your moderator.
Hey.
Hey, I wanted to ask you in regards to Tasha K and Cardi B taking her YouTube money, or you know how YouTube they input ads now like in the middle of the live. Is that gonna affect y'all YouTube checks or?
Yeah, I don't necessarily gonna affect you. I think it'd give us more money.
Oh, more money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too, because like, you know what I'm saying, putting ad, it helps our bottom line. Absolutely.
Okay. And do you think she regrets, working with the employee, because Vaughn did say she was the one who gave her the Cardi story in the first place?
No, I think that, of course she's gonna blame and use her as a scapegoat. But at the end of the day, it's Tasha doing it. Tasha fought it. Tasha did it. Tasha should have listened. From my understanding, her lawyers told her to settle. Yeah, like from my
Oh
understanding,
wow.
they said her lawyer told her to settle the suit. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But of course, Tasha was like, "No, we're gonna," and she decided to fight it. But no, you know, they said, Miss Olga said settle the lawsuit, but
Wow.
she said no. She wanted to continue to fight it.
And do you think her and Shaq they doing this for the divorce, or you really think like they want to get divorced? Because she always was
I
talking
think
about Shaq and bragging on him.
I think so too. I think it's now the divorce is coming up because it's a lot of stress because it's the argument every
Hmm.
day.
Yeah.
It's the
And
argument.
what you done sent that baby to Africa? Go get that baby.
You know what I'm saying? And she can't even focus on being a mother because it's
Hmm.
difficult. You're slapped. Hell, the average family can't pay rent. Imagine the
Right.
stress. You know what I'm saying? But now you're talking about a $4 million debt.
Mm-mm. Not at all. I think she thought she was gonna get a payment plan like a garnishment,
You
but I don't think that's gonna happen.
no, they want their money. Tasha Cardi want her money. So that's the thing.
Yeah, but I knew she was just getting too cocky. I remember one time, and this one I really thought watching her. She was like, "It's me, then God." Like, girl, who are you? No,
Yeah,
ma'am. But that was it, Riley. I'm still at work.
getting too cocky, and look what happened.
Exactly.
Look what
All
happened.
right,
Now she been slapped with a debt that she can't
Mm-hmm.
afford to pay.
That could have been avoided.
Could have been avoided. Thank you so very much, sister.
All right, bye.
Love you. Okay. Um, love y'all so very much. Thank y'all so very much for tuning into the Wiley Show. God bless you to the callers that called in today. If you're not a member, get the memberships right now. It's $4.99. We did it members only live. What we doing on Zoom. We also will be back on the members only live. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. We're going to be watching the documentary of our dear brother. May he rest in peace. Little Richard. We're gonna be watching that as well. So if you want to join our membership, please do so. Where one of the perks you be in the comments, you'll be the first to know about new merch that's going to drop. Also, we do have merchandise available if you want to purchase. Thank y'all so very much. Love y'all. God bless y'all. We will see y'all in the next video. Thank everybody that came through. This was so freaking lit. This was lit. To the 500 people that was here, make sure y'all click that like button. Click the button. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all thumbs up. We'll be back live whenever we go back live. But we did a 3-hour episode. We watching the documentary. Yes, we're gonna watch the documentary on Zoom. Yes, we're gonna watch the documentary on Zoom. Absolutely. So I will let y'all know when we watch the documentaries we are watching on Zoom. Okay. They said, Crystal, I love the Long Lengthy Live. Yes. Yes. Great show. Yes. Hey, Tasha. Yes. So it was great. It was a 3-hour live where we got into some things. Again, thank y'all so very much. We will be back live when we go back live. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Thank y'all so very much. Also, if you're missing anything, if we didn't get to dive into it, all you gotta do is DM us, leave us a comment. I know y'all gonna drag me in the comments today. Members, go in the comments, let us know how we did. They're gonna drag. Also, we do have a GoFundMe page up if y'all want to contribute to our travel fund. We have that up as well. God bless you and thank you. They're definitely drag. Also, you can check us out our upcoming reality show. We have that as well. Y'all can definitely check us out. If you want to email us, you can email us at wileyshow@gmail.com. Thank y'all so very much for this long, lengthy show. I will see y'all in the next episode. This was fun. Bye, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you're enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. God bless you. And may God keep you is my prayer.